song, I should listen to it. I mean, I think you're listening to it.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a very good piece.
Thank you, sir.
So you wrote that song yourself, and you featured this Ghanaian
SK Original.
SK Original.
Yes, sir.
Who also lives in Virginia.
Yeah, he lives by me. Yeah, he lives next to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it just putting that song particular together? I mean, I'm going to play it later on for our listeners to listen.
Okay.
But how was it putting it together?
Yeah, I was working, and there's a little place where I work is like network is so tough, right? I work at a military base, so, you know, Americans, what they do, yeah. So there is a spot where you get there, it's like you have a little service. So when I get there, most of the songs that I write at work, when I get there and there is no supervisory over there, I just go there, boom, 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 and then just write something with it before I leave. Maybe 2 or 3 songs,
okay.
1 or 2 songs I put down.
Okay.
So that's how, and then I was looking, I said, no, this song, Shake 'Em is going to be like, I was thinking about people, you know, with problems, and then I took the chorus line from one of the old Nigerian pioneers, you know, and then I just set it up, boom, it's working.
Let's take a listen to that's a new single by Neo Seye, na Yamra Nyansan, and then to us, and crying, and what teeny year pa, Mr. Min crying and soon yet, and so Brofo, and I'm in the Kanka, but the Ananyum Tuni. Or Virginia or USA or the Numfufro. This one together, yes, sir. Everything in terms
Yes,
of writing the songs,
Yes,
and you said you got the inspiration from one Nigerian artist. Who is that?
Rest Lawson. May his soul rest in peace.
Okay.
Yeah, I dedicated this very song to him because I took the chorus line. It was like the line is popularly known here on the coastal line. Here in West Africa, it was like popular. I was a little kid, and my big brothers were, you know, playing his music. He was the guy who put up the music. Baby sawa lele, sawa sawa sawa. Yeah, he's the original guy. So I was writing that song, right? I was trying to, like, you know, reprise that song. And then Flavor came up with his version. And then when I heard his version, it was like long gone. It was like, I said, no, I can't catch this. So let me just drop it and take another song from him. So I got this chorus line from him. I said, hey, this is a good chorus line. Let me use it. And I just put the words together.
And you have SK Original on it.
Yes, sir.
How was it getting him working together?
Oh, SK, I'll make it a little short. I came in Ghana here I went to Sugartone, right? And then I was laying the track, and Sugar was like, no, you have to get someone to rap on this song. You have to get someone to rap on this song. I say, I don't know any of the Ghanaian guys, right? I don't know anybody. And then they mentioned names, and they said, Shatawale, right? They say, Shatawale is good. I say, okay. And then one guy in the studio, because he called people, and people came into the studio was jam-packed. And then one guy said, oh, Shatta is so controversial. He got problem with I say, well, I don't know him, and I don't know. So I told Sugar, hey, I want to drop this single, right? So if you're going to have someone, and the guys in the studio, they know better than me. If they say that guy is, you know, I don't want to put a single out there, and then people are going to be like, why he put this guy on it? So I just say, don't call him. They call him, but I say, no. And then Sugar said, oh, let's go SK Original. I said, who is SK Original? The guy who sang the song, Ayede. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of him. He's with my nephew's group. So, hey, call him. And then, boom, he called the guy. Under 10 minutes, the guy was there on his bike. When he came, he was right behind the door, and the song was booming in the booth. And then he was behind the door. He didn't say nothing, keep knocking. He came in there and said, I'm ready to go, let's go. I said, oh, you have to listen to the song first. He said, no, I know the song, let's go. He went into the booth, boom, he crushed that song. Right there, I said, yeah, he is a beast, this guy. So when I wrote this song, and I came back here to record over there at Gazi's place, Master Gazi, I said, hey, I need you on this song. This is your style, because I'm blending the French, you know, line. So, hey, he crushed it. Yep. Okay. And now we're like brothers, because we have more songs. We have a whole lot of songs now coming up.
Okay, so now you told me you work in a military base.
Yes, sir.
So it means that in US, you're actually not doing music full time.
Music is what I used to do it full time, and I have a little part-time job that I do, right, just to bring something on the table, right. So I did that for some time, and then it's like I was saying, I was with the group, with my big brothers group, we were like on big stages, right? We've been on New Orleans Jazz Festival big time with Ohio players, Lucasa, you know. So, but then it happened that when I left the group, right, I was with, you know, the Washington district. There is a group there that I was performing with, so I was doing this, making a little money, right? But it's like it's like additional source of income that is coming in from that side. So I did. Does it
mean that music does not really pay? I mean, as a Ghanaian living in US, it doesn't really pay that much.
Oh,
right?
With the group, it pays a lot. Mm-hmm. It pays a lot, but I don't want to go deep into it because it's a whole lot. Okay, let me make it easy. Let me cut a long story short. Okay, being with the group, right? I left the white group, and then I say, I do reggae good. People know me by, you know, as a reggae artist.
So when you say you were in a white group, it means a band that was full of
a band with only white people.
Okay.
Yeah, only white people, and we do ska music. You know, ska music, right? Reggae, yeah. So it happened that I was working at Home Depot then, yeah. Side job. So I met a guy, he plays the keyboard for Ozimzim, Bernard. So Bernard said, hey, I know back home they say you were singing, you little guy, you were doing your thing. People try to, you know, we tried to get in touch, but we couldn't. He said, okay, so what we do is say, let's bring Ozimzim here so we can. I said, oh yeah, it's good if we have the Ghanaian High Life band here. Well, Ozimzim came in, everything was going good. We have like 4 shows in a week. Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. It's like every time money is coming in. So that's what we do. And I do that. I don't sleep more than 3 hours in the night. When you know, Ghana here, we play like till the next day. So when I go home, I sleep only 2 hours, go to work.
Now, so how do you find the Ghanaian market? I mean, the scene now, the kind of song the young guys are playing, and the one that you play, you think that this one can really match up to what they're doing now?
Most definitely, because my style is like, I don't want to do something like the trending style, right? I blend my style with, I go back to the old, right, and grab something from there. So with all my music, when you listen to them, you can feel that vibe. You can hear something from the old. I want the old guys the old folks to enjoy it. The new kids on the block, they enjoy it as well. So I blend it. I blend the fusion. It's a great fusion. You can feel it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you also said that you don't know any of the Ghanaian artists. I find it very strange.
Back in the days, I started like knowing them by hearing their music. But I've never met a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it now? How's the situation like now for you in terms of maybe have you been able to strike any friendship with any of them?
Yeah, I try to. Anytime they get back, when I see like, mainly I've seen, what's his name? Bisakadie. I've seen him, he came over to America, right? And I tried to get to the show, but my schedule was too tight, so I couldn't see him. And then this guy came over, Sarkodie. Sarkodie came over, and I tried to I want to, get, closer to them, ask them, this is what I have, if we can work something together. But, it's like time, so I couldn't get, I've never had a chance to meet any of these big guys out here. I know Gas Miller. Right, I have a track with him. Maybe that's gonna be the next track he will play. And the Screwface, them big guys here, but not the really what's it, Famiche or something. Or something. I've seen him videos, but hey, we've never met.
Are you sure you know the Ghanaian music scene very well? I mean, just listening to what you're saying right now about the artists, it seems to me that you've really not studied the terrain very well.
I did a little research, right? And so that's the main reason why I say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in something, blend the old style, right, into the new style and collab that, see how it's going to work. And with that, and with the songs that I'm coming out with, trust me, it all works. Yeah, it all works.
I mean, you've indicated that it's you were born into a music family,
right?
So the thing is in your blood.
Exactly.
But you're not doing music full time now. you also have a work that you do. You work.
Yeah, that brings something to the table.
Yeah.
That's what I do here.
So currently, why are you doing music for? Why do you record?
Why
What is
do
it?
I
Is it
record?
because it's a passion? Maybe something.
I have the
you can't-
passion, but I want people to know that there is something out there they've never seen. I have something that people keep, like, everybody knows me. Like overseas, I'm well known. People know me a lot. And they've never hear like myself doing that. I've been supporting people doing CDs, videos and stuff like that. They've never heard my own thing. And I have a lot of materials that I have to put out there since like all these years.
You mean, is this the first one you've ever put out like commercially?
Exactly.
You have a lot of songs, but you've not put it out there.
No, not yet. Yeah. Because
Why?
The reason is like when I put this out there, like I was telling you, Vijay, when he heard the music, right, he came to me, he called me, he said, Charlie, you don't know what you have, eh? This is it. This song here, I'm telling you, the old guys, the new guys, they will wake up. Don't you sit on this music. Because we just play it in America, we do parties and people, listen to it, they dance to it, right? But he said, no, put it out there. You have to go for it. You say, so that push, I say, yeah, okay, it's very true.
Okay, so you've been in town for some weeks or some months?
Yeah.
Doing promotion?
3 weeks now.
Doing promotion?
Yes, sir.
Trying to promote this particular one?
Yes, sir.
Shakeham.
Mm-hmm.
How's it been in terms of reception from the people?
Oh, yeah, it's going good. It's going good. They embrace the music. I'm so thankful. The DJs too, they're doing a great job. So they make the people like the music. So it's going. And I'm so happy with that.
And so it's banging for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's out there, and people who want to really access it can. Which of the portals can they get it from? Oh,
they can go on. They can go on any of the music apps, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere. Anywhere they can get it right there. Even I have the song on GhanaMotion.com. Yeah, you can go out there and download the song.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So that's a new one from the man, Neo Seye. All right, so after this one, are you coming up with, when is the next one also going to come?
Yeah, after this, I'm coming up with a song called Call 'Em For Me. Call 'Em For Me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that one too, did you feature someone?
Yeah, I featured Gaz Miller on it.
Gaz Miller?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so this one is going to stay in the system for like how long for the new one?
Yeah, like you guys say, you the DJs. When I came here, they said, hey, the Shakeham is not yet up there. Mm-hmm. So don't drop the second one. Let it go a little further. I said, no, I have to, so people can see.
Want to pump him more?
Yeah, I want to pump him more. But they said, no, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. I have to listen to you guys because you guys in the market more, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So they say, hey, let it get to where we want it to be. Before then you can drop the yard. I say, okay, hey, do it. But the songs, hey, it's line up. Trust me, last week I was in the studio. Okay. And the tracks that I laid, 2 of them is like, no, let me flip the whole thing and drop those ones. But I say, hey, I have to listen to you guys. What you guys say, hey, I go with it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So what will be a closing remarks that you want to leave with the people as I'm just wrapping up with you today? What would you tell them?
Yes, sir. Yes, to everyone listening to me, I say thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you for listening. I want the Ghanaian musicians, my aim, the biggest dream. I want all the Ghanaian musicians to get together, support each other, help each other so we can get there. Because in America, man, Nigerian music is being played on the air nationally. And the Ghanaian music is only played at the Ghanaian homes. Ghanaian homes. You go to Ghanaian parties, you hear Ghana music. You don't hear them on the radio.
Why is it so?
Because we don't help each other, because we don't support each other. And the Nigerians are supporting themselves, they're pushing themselves up. That's what it is. That's how I see it.
So describe to me the support, the form of support Nigerians give to each other.
I've seen young Nigerians coming on. When I see like one track out there, right? Give it like 2-3 days. Follow up with that artist. Boom, you see that it's going. How? Because the big guys are there to support the artist, right? They push him out there. They push him. The next thing you see is on tour. With a single. The next thing you see is on tour. So why we do the same thing? We have the same material. We have the quality. What is going on? What is going on? And I've listened to interviews, people's interviews, and they talk about coming together. How are we gonna get it together and stuff like that? And the host tells them, "Hey, this is what it is." Can you believe? I watched one interview, and the host told the Ghanaian guy, "Hey, you know what? You guys don't support yourself." I say, "This is what I always say." He said, "You guys are not together. You are not together. You don't do it. It's like, hey, I am the I am. Like, the word going on. I am me." That's what it is.
When are you going back?
Tonight. I'm leaving tonight. 6 o'clock, I'm off.
I see.
Yes, sir.
And I hope we're going to see you soon.
Thank you so much, and thanks so much for having me. You're so wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for also passing through. And I'm sure anytime in Virginia, I will just make sure I look for you.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely, sir. I'm like, they just mention my name and they will tell you, hey, he's right here. I can easily be traced.
Okay.
If you can get me anywhere.
Okay.
Come to Virginia,
I'll look for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for passing
Thank
through.
you, boss.
That's anyone from Neo say ye shake am there. Well, but now I just wanted to introduce the new song to you, my.
Masa, where is my wife? Abena, woman ya.
Bro Kujako Kafam Ghana Limited, Nasco LED satellite TV. Fefe nubi, ena mebeshe telenovela waha. Se efie TV no unim se enye papa.
Hey, shut up. Oh, Masa Yabotre. Menene nyahwe. Enne me kwa koto Kafam Ghana Limited. Home appliances ni nyina bi. Na se wo sensi ha biemu a, which I see.
Se wudru Kafam branch biemu na woto satellite and smart TV a. Watch wall bracket any mobile airtime. Free. Yabetum dia show movies online. There's a water fridge, freezer, air conditioner, gas cooker, gas stove, washing machine, air cooler, home theater, and also electronic any appliances ni mu bia. And also watch your free standing fan, and now rice cooker, and now blender, now toaster. Free. Monko Kafam branch here Bemu bia Ghana for 0500 000 105 and now 0500 000 106.
Akasima Beye Dunai, not no me no abo. Well, so news coming in. Me sure say mo amudi international television broadcasting a cheaper no money die cheno. Me sure say din ba ko ha mate Larry King. Ya ba beto dwan say Larry King e free mo. Watu ananam wo ensia don't me ka say die. Larry the King at age 87. We're free mo. Studio no man say I know that some bedu atna say so crazy safu atna say crazy and so atna say I know that say
Nyame adom boko na wo se
ko ye de
Nyame adom ye tin kwem kwa de
so ketin ba to betra see say nyaba be program why who new bed why bibi abako de
me
sanka wo trans see yet na be program anka wo samsam me yes wo asem na make no
Kwasi your radio so but you bibi abako
who now remind them say your radio show
ai
why what you want to send out to bedroom
because any ameti ho no Kwasi you start program into ubisa amasem no matwe microphone maybe
what do you mean you start
for you to describe to the audience send ameti ho no
ne ya no nsem hunu ne tia ne dia na nkro ne abo
enye nsem hunu ne tia edi
so what do you mean you start program
ne start program na
you are factually incorrect so say you start program because you are say
boko center for one brand house
yeah
the man who here
Oma. Na some ma dey ofifi o ba onim so mo here.
American boys no. American boys. But them so mutejira madane. I make a come kasa kwa oti.
My free, right? And Tim Penny afraid I'm in Baby Dinko, but my young shots here now. Issue back where Baba told the various news online portals and reported by making kind of story now. Young Kwamasuni and Ninko Mokakra story now. And they said some Ghanaian celebrities live fake lives. Martha Nkuma, what can I say? So, actress Martha Nkuma has berated her colleagues who live fake lives on social media. According to her, most celebrities in Ghana live a lie, and it's high time they stopped making the younger ones think that it's an easy journey to riches. The actress, who was speaking on Accra-based Kingdom FM, said it takes time for people to be in the limelight. But recent trends makes the young ones feel it takes a month or two to be stars and to make huge money from acting. So if they do not see that, when they get involved, they engage in all kinds of unworthy acts just so they can also flaunt their lifestyles on social media. To her colleagues, to her, celebrities mostly wear dresses given to them by people, and therefore people should understand that and not be pressurized to live like them. And I quote, "I see a lot on my social media page. Most people are living a fake life on social media. Some of us get things for free, and so when we wear them, you can see that we are advertising. And so if you do not post for the people who follow you to see that this woman is selling something, and there's a young girl at home, and you write hard work, you are deceiving the kids. Let people know that aside acting, you have other side business. Let people know your side hustle is what is making you take first-class flight, because your lifestyle put pressure on the youth. If we are not sincere to the people about what we do, so that they do not put pressure on themselves to do what we do." End of quote. We and someone you say incommodity a course so radio so Martha Nkuma and ana omubisa na asem yi na ode tu dwaka se ni nyanum celebrities a womu sisi a woma ba no de dodo na entrone na da fake lives oni ade ne kura wo si wo. In fact nyama ni bi ni kura na omumu bi omo hye no ubehwe na bia na obi di ama na so ki hye saade we na fire advert kura for mama. Oh my manfo ni hu ni true state of say bia me nhyeda new ana me wo, but enumdwa ene na da ni akasesem ene nyama bia wo mo ya na ma pressure ene mabunu no ana mo ba no wono nso pentem na onu onye sisu a ofiso ki otin da si abra no ama ne kura so nso nye sa na tie sa semi ni ekwa ama no so na ye ni abrante ba kwa for years ni wono nso atwro efa aye celebrities ho ye ne no akwakodi aye ho enkomo me ba ni akwa ama no sisisi a entertainment review. Chris Vincent, founder, editor in chief in Suma, GhanaCelebrities.com. You don't need to come. Chris, that's saying.
Kwasi, you na way.
You go soon kakranka fisher fanso.
I think commenting.
So, asami ya making kind issue bia Martha Nkuma odi atudra. Se Ghana celebrities see do na fake life. Entro eno mucha. You've been covering celebrities for years. Sasa mi okay, Senator Mao.
Asama okay there. No krana no okay. Over the years, you do komo near church baby about the huge disconnect between the lifestyle of the celebrities, life almost living, and what is actually the reality of their lives. It's so amazing. Say, wow, we need behind the scene. Now, there may be and there may be on social media. You begin to wonder, is it the same person? Because what will be at the rent, the landlord crashes, and so near my way the social media. But people catch us over put my own. I want to rent it. Rent in a croissant. What's why I say, but because if you're a celebrity, whatever social media, so was seen it dying, and now I turn it dying, and now so there is a huge disconnect, and it's very interesting. Say, Obia, one no so about say the same thing that over the years we've been talking about. Oh, sure. And it's not even perhaps just what they are portraying. You can also look at the lifestyle of two individuals on the same industry. However, there is a huge gap between lifestyle. I say when you get then you ask yourself, and I say, how come this person's lifestyle is so far apart from the other? It therefore mostly leads to the fact that there is something in between, which they are not letting us know.
Okay, we'll come to idea officer. One more minimum, but dear now, Susu said, a man pretty baby, a cobanesa, this fake life, this lies in Troni and that. Dear, a mom, yes, son.
I think over the years, there's a confusion about in regard to the celebrity culture in Ghana. All around the world, we have celebrities that would hype things. So there's a clear distinction between a hype and a lie. So America, over UK, celebrities, they hype themselves. And when we say hype, perhaps they're looking at something like exaggeration. Celebrated was maybe $1 million, because maybe also $2 million, $1.5 million. Those kind of things, so it's quite part of the celebrity culture. However, when you move away from this hype to, absolute deceit, that is where I think a lot of Ghanaian celebrities they are confusing hype with a talk. But they say, want to die, I want to die. But it's not a hype to say want to die. So, and as if you crowd your promotion, my estate agency, then you can actually hype a dime and say, a dime, even that one is such a want to. If you are dying, we know promo, kakra. So, it does seem like, say, confusing the distinction between proper hype and ABR lies, and also it comes to the fact that they desire to live a lifestyle. I say, or didn't say be a mere celebrity. This is the lifestyle I have to live. And now, maybe because of that, they would have to lie, pretend, and they say, "Oh, be a uniska." Na ABR, so it's that sort of also a scenario. So we have two scenarios: either they are confusing hype with lies, or they intend to live a life that they cannot afford. And on the back of lack of affordability, it leads them to the era, and I said to the time they would have to take it. Maybe they fake it till they make it. That kind of concept.
Meet you we so na near man for suki sa a man for wo modwuma mo ye tu omo kaye pa bi omo gisika to de bi kra bi obeti some of the stories yasuki asumesi bia this thousands of dollars, $100,000 ye di ma asumesi we obeso che se enya sa na tie se eye ken kwa ye nsa dem tu omo ka bia sa
abasi most of even say the yanka mom ye most of the movie producers, Socrates was studio. Socrates meet you be 500 cities. Movie set. If you are on June too, yeah, I'm a boss, no. But as a minimum, most of the movie producers, minimum, or be actress there, you turn 1,000 Ghana for a movie. And this is a big production house. Now, production in our what do you say? Production in our so when you look at Obia, you turn 1,000 Ghana for a movie. Either the whole year of a movie, you know, into the other say, a year can 2,000, you know, 4,000 Ghana, the whole year. And you look at the lifestyle, what you watching, maybe I was watching. Do you understand? And I wouldn't want to go further detail, but the last time I mean, matter, not yes, matter, baby, or La Paz, Amata seems to be living within her means. You compare her to the colleagues, within actual life, and they are struggling. Landlord chase you, will be clear to every because the landlord is him. And they will pay. So, you look at the disconnect and also the sort of pressure on the tongue of also. But they bring this onto social media.
But I didn't say they pressure, bro. I mean, this is one no idea na razzmatazz of showbiz. They have to be larger than life. So mutimi. I didn't say more pressure.
Homeboy, it's a minute what they say. But there are people that are actually looking. Look, there are people that genuinely believe in these people and whatever they say. That is where the problem is. So there are people that follow this sort of blind faith concept. So reasonable people now, they'll be able to discern from what is rubbish and what is nonsense. And I say, we shouldn't even have a conversation about most of these things. But there are people that are blinded by the fact that will be a celebrity. Our can we are Johanna, yes, it's a buy and say, wait a minute, 100 Ghana will say 200 Ghana, I started business. No, no, see a bravo, and so you have a PS and a partner at the amount. What I say? So, what you want to say, who put all this sort of false claim out there, who catch them crying, oh, ABR, Abrabono, wait a minute, 100 cities, I started 200, I mean, the way they started here, you'll be able to do. You put pressure on people, you let people think, oh, shall I make them quay, mammy? My year, you must 5 years, ABR, and Koye, you cry 1,000, actually. Babaya made 100 cities, but you see, what thought now will easily go. Now, not dining power, yes, if a panel at amount. So, in that way, you are putting a lot of unhealthy pressure on people. People that blindly follow you or blindly believe in their own kind of, it makes them wonder in life. Say, Charlie, you're calling, I also hear when you do, maybe a deeper equal.
Okay, so there now to see a bit me here. Should we put names of these people out there? Should we name and shame na enono emwama ana because sisan yamata king or say some celebrities one more be a dean. So it makes it very general. Ebanes answer still a man for Koso. Should we be bold and name people?
I went on an article which I'm contemplating and publish. I was writing an article listing the Ghanaian celebrities who are still renting. To show people say it's not bad say you are renting. These people, I can tell you 90% of them are still renting. And that's what more than you. And I want to see they are renting like you. And then, so perhaps it will help, but also to the larger extent, it will not help. Because what I say, people will still not want to believe near ABR where they and the matter to me it will also sort of make people understand, okay, depending on and other culture about the fake lifestyle. To me, the solution I think would be much lasting. And for us to be able to ascertain the source of people's wealth. That is the biggest problem in Ghana. Who will be when you do and so on Bali will be big. In the UK, these things are not really common. So who will be you have an idea about Sika Winya, and mostly their lifestyle would mirror that kind of debate. Unless anybody is living on credit, obviously. America, you can actually tell me the worth of Kim Kardashian. It might be a bit exaggerated, but there is an amount of margin you can look at and say, oh, Kim Kardashian is worth this thing. You see, I can't say Kim Kardashian can talk the whole country and a Virgin Island. You know that she cannot afford it because the West crying at the end. So it helps people to be able to distinguish between nonsense and perhaps what is real. But in Ghana, celebrity, you need to kind of watch it. Or sign contract, we cannot even know the amount. We should move here. We don't even know. Moving the cry, we don't even know the budget. We don't even know how much moving the cry make here. So it's all this perhaps porous loophole in terms of how we are able to get information around these people. No? That is actually fostering this kind of fake lifestyle. It's, to me, if there's a bit of transparency, they're able to know and say, oh, the permission here is moving ABR, moving the crowd gross in your say. Therefore, the moving in your say, it's very unlikely, say, we'll not quite say. And now, say, we need to even know how much they are getting paid. I think we are going to sign a contract, ABR and Kim Kardashian, and then ABR Chanel, I sign contract in the piano, it gives an idea about the panel, and then you'll be able to also predict and answer, be able to know, say, can be in a lifestyle that it go with the income, and now, but Ghana, we don't have that kind of information out there. It makes it possible, and also it makes it so easy for people to just lie or live a fake lifestyle. Eventually, I have many say 5 years, 10 years from down the line, we are back. Say, we are in Jessica, never know hospital, you donate Jessica. Oh, you'll be on Jeffrey, you climate traffic agency. Because you were telling me that you were living all this lifestyle, you were balling. African Canadian tour, and we've seen it. In the last 1 year or 2 years, you've seen people coming, people that we thought were celebrities in the past. coming to beg say you donate this camano, baby I want to baby I cry diamano. It's all because these people, most of them, were living a fairy tale life. It wasn't actually what it is.
Yeah, but that's Chris. You're busy saying Yamin Shapa.
Okay, and
right, Chris Vincent of Ghana Celebrities. You're in come about issue about Betoja celebrities, fake lies, and throw and in your account. Kwasi, honest, Mami Shah same views, Kwasi.
Yeah, Kwasi. So celebrities no my brother bonny fake life idea. I think say if you sabria copy me fake kakra we any media. Kwasi e bibia as I say you prepare your adwene say ye ne sa subano betna kakra. Because encopy say celebrities bet me declare womo incomes in terms of sika won munya free womo nyumam. I mean traditionally I said you almost may declare no a bit still difficult until we will continue to live in speculation, sir. Because even Ambassador did secret. Oh wow, but you say yeah, somebody has been signed $100,000, $500,000, $200,000. Because proof bank cry to make use of their check. I want to say I am passe. Socrates, yes, and $500,000, and I say, and proof Ben I bet to make use the yes technique no, and a two, your internal revenue system is so I want. I think, say, a hard time, say, one must to me boy, and must have fake life no conform. For example, say over social media nowadays, 7-bedroom mansion at the baby 200 more. There should be a way so internal revenue bet me track. Now, one more beside documentation, and sabi you, Quanya offers out of you know, and a be a taxes cry, Kwasi, what we are our home. Kwasi, they are tossed to me and son say, your system nankasa you operate to Ghana no. And Tessa Brochia, Kwasi, won't mean walk into the bank, because I make Africa. Now me person me send $100, crabas are ever Ghana. Kwasi, as a semi cocoa should be our citizen, our na nipa no ko bank no ko deposit and even $100 no as say we tro kwan ya ofa so a unya $100 no ansana your mama e kwama o transfer ska no but the system na wo ha no is quite different. Obi betuma walk into any bank no akọ send $20,000 you be say until people keep mentioning speculative figures. Obi wa no about 100,000 I got a deal 4 billion 5 billion. Because 5 billion no boy no, IRS official be enko jana dano or chana pa, enko bisa say 4 billion no, I emudu do send the what as tax. Say ya dia bapa tunko force wo kroma ye celebrate see and ye di to so ye match mo boot for boot in terms of a dine cars ahodo o mo toto any o mo project on social media. I believe say anka we could have made a big headway with that. Because my memory dey see sometime. Me commandant for bifie wo a Westland echi ha ena me pake me kan wo me fie gate ano enti me gira hon ma na me hu say young lady bi okita ne phone na we be gira me kan ho na I say o twa o di ne phone o twa like this o twa enti madam for no ka so munkrofo ba ko tesro ha o na me say munkrofo ba so siliquis no o ba esro ha no te wa be rent down no tesro ha nti ade a wo ye no de hwe bo han say enche by 20 minutes we go on the page no opposed to because it like a joke say nya privacy asama and I will mention the person's name on the platform within by 30 minutes I to e dey come no and o call lady ni page no wa tro honum cruising my new ride cruising or say wa tro something just say the new ride na on what the filters are to so me so me kai the fenders na cry na o hear filters or they are to so na say their car no say they look all of us just say onya is a cry just say and I look at it and say it depends and when do over here oh yeah na number plate no you don't see the number plate nti o twa from door no side ho kakra the ba be ese konwa na de kostia no ho now the filters atoso no opposed to so I believe sir so the side no koto the social media Kwasi you can imagine the influencer any pressure they be money other young ladies are out there say hey Kwasi Aboagye koto new car so ono so be force say the anu nia that girl na yo ono so be force say obey bibi sa pepe obey on nti abe fake. The only one solution what I bet to me as stop us is that we need to have a serious internal revenue tracking system. That anything you put out there, they will come to you and then they will ask you how you got that money, how you bought that mansion, and the taxes are what I was adding on. It will stop. Put up on my IRS for active for the next 3 months. Sadema win and will be able to delete Sadema in social media.
Okay,
that's the only solution.
Me that say. I know my mom bring na mintie unswe. I'm sure say we any new terrain.
Yep. Any new crash. So I'm a little surprised Asamba up bio. Now it will not be the last time I to come up bio. I remember saying 2019. Yvonne Nelson and so about because most celebrities and some celebrities now live fake life. I mean, so we are very familiar with entertainment culture, celebrity lifestyle. I don't think that this should come as a surprise to you. Matter can be about sincerity, pressure. Celebrities should state their true state of living conditions, and then they should talk about their side hustle. I mean, boss. You see, there's a celebrity lifestyle. People are looking up to the person. There's a certain standard of living being sent back on portray. Now, social media crab are because you say when the celebrity no hate social media, no a lot of pages are, he must keep up appearances. Obviously, it is wrong, but it has become part of a certain culture where the celebrity must live up to a certain standard. And most often than not, they fake it. It is not new. Aboagye, last year, for example, Bow Wow, he was caught also on mansion or the social media. You realize in a mansion in Yanidia, they wear fake watches, they wear fake Gucci and they be one to be a call them out. So it's for me, I don't see the fuss about it because young industry has always been a make-believe. I understand say the celeb is supposed to be sincere, but how sincere? I mean, some make us say, say, and so he's been able to get this. I get it, but it is part of the industry. So what can you do about it? What are we here following? What is who understanding the fact say it has become part of the culture. So what do you do?
Okay, so Martha said now about the youth. Say and just as you said, social media babe Madiana say. So okay, or say yes, a part of the culture. A idea I did to okay well about to say bibi eka edwuma no ho. But kwakwa say yamhwe yen so mebunu because mebunu bebre so gie di say enkrofo we. More pressure. No,
I don't think so. Celeb, no. See, I'm not holding forth for the celebrities, but you see, what also your youth, no, I can understand. So when you are following the celebrity, maybe you are excited because of one, ne trade or whether it's music, is movie or whatever they tell, or you're overly excited about the lifestyle, and so you be easily be influenced. But you see, the underlying factor is also to me decipher. The point is, it will not stop. 60% of celebrities, we are saying celebrities, no, most will live fake lives. And starting in the 19th century, 20th century, they were doing it. And they are still doing it. And it will not stop after this century. And so what we are following, when I say we decipher now, we say, listen, these guys, they are not actually the only portraying and you know, live it. It's you. But so like I said, the celebrity no should come out and say the ocean is a lie. At Kano, it's not his. It's very difficult because they need to live it. They need to live up to that standard. There's little you can do about it. You understand? Yeah. See, and that's the reason why I say it is not the first time. Someone who are calling themselves. I remember a couple of 2 years ago in Nigeria, this actor Mike Ezeronyo also, and also about calling out some of his colleagues, saying you are posting G-Wagon, but you are squatting. They need to you see, and Chris said something about the difference between hype and lie. Perfectly true. There's a clear distinction between what a hype is and what a lie is. Hype, and so when you've signed a contract, you bought a new house, you bought a new car, and so you want to generate attention to Adena one Kasawa possess, and that's fine. But if you say a lie, I don't think I don't know, you need to give me evidence. Say this person is actually lying over this. And you know how they do it. So the better or the quotation you be better any specific say be our talk and I say or the let's say motivational message.
But bloggers need entertainment journalists.
Yeah.
Because honestly Arnold CNC can be your
definitely.
Because no be obi go jina no twa uhut as only pakunja living room.
Yeah.
And I be a dining hall.
Yeah.
Okay, living room.
Yeah.
The next moment
need a story.
Yeah, a story. Kwasi Aboagye in his new mansion and blah blah blah.
Good.
Me can be crying and celebrating. So also can say the new man.
Yeah. You see, that's the crux of the matter, and it's very interesting what they say no abim, because the celebrity now Obika Olivier Lion on what they are better ho, and what the motivational quote be abata ho. The major problem is the blogs.
Because now me who can't be away jina ho. Me nim, but when I saw, I said, okay, did she say? Jackie Apia buys new Range Rover.
Exactly.
I was like,
she didn't say it.
Did she say
she just posted it? You understand? So sometimes they play and I think say some celebs be smarter than the bloggers. No disrespect, because they know say the moment you post it, they will carry it and put their spins on it. No problem. No, the celeb he or she is being smart. For example, a couple of days ago, na yesi Kasum scenario kuta twins, just a photograph. Then blogs, Kasumi has new twins. So, no, I do not see the lie there. Fine, I pose a mansion, I pose a car be home. On can say an idea. But because he or she knows, say the blogs will put spins on it and carry it on. That's the way it goes. So for me, I don't think we should generate so much fuss about it. And you cannot tell the celeb, say, Omeka in a true state of living. Say if he or she is moved, yes, why not? He can come and share. But he or she is under no obligation to come and actually tell you whether he's living a lie or is for hype. If you, as a journalist or as a blogger, you want to go and search more, then that's your responsibility. But in this culture, it will not end.
Okay, but I see. So great. Mami Mambre, meet you.
Kwasi?
Yeah.
My kind of story no be 2 or 3 times this year. Na initially, your interview, na I thought say matter in a way, I try to chastise the colleagues, But in reading the story again, I see said the target rather is to the youth and I say the fans, but not about his colleagues now or chastise you. Say, I think it's in order. Omo muti no omo nti ase sad na de ntade show mo shop near from say mannequin Prince Make. Yeah, what must say they are just like that. Obi apamatade come away no afre Arnold say Arnold ukotna your friend is saying UTV every day and your shamatade no ne kire nkrofo ne fa me number to so hu se ne a wo hye ne fata wo na so mbeba betobi but enyo mu nyina nso na timi go ahead can say obi na di we amami o minim artist bebre nso a omo ton cars yi omo de momo say omo drive no ma trouble omo de no ma na abo ho obi betimi hu afre ebi nso wo ho a omo timi eko sisa cars ne bebre o ko ba bia si ehun say otika we mu is for the show. It matter only advising the youth say mu hu yen say we are objects are here ton ade, and I think say it's in order Kwasi.
May I say wadwinche betimi the your Facebook pages now the be go honum say na ode bi ato ni akenkan bi di ama ye ko enim ni ato aye nsem no so make out say ye cap fan father mama so ase na oti enka yes abre na otwi mu amampanyin na ado danko ekufado ministers designate or the ababatuja Dawson na yede nya ni di akire ba ko pe Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture na edin epie mu ye owura aye awa Muhammad Ibrahim na emse na anu etena hanum sei na yedi hu nkomo ekeka ho asem anti ebe pie mu amampanyin se owura awa Muhammad business development ministry on na oye opinion no hwesa so no so CCR de ekwa akwa mi say ministry no eni ho no biom but baby a omampenye yi ni say omehwe so tourism art and culture na ora Elvis Darko Baba kan say hanum saying ono oye editor ma find that newspaper na mo amunim no find that newspaper no so no ora Awa Muhammad ona ne dia enti Elvis wo hwe oben ora Awa Muhammad etin ye nyina ye tia sei enti ba be di nkomo ebi se na ura Awa Muhammad ofi papa yi no na ministry obetimi eno manfo bi o ye industry ni no anye say no say okay Elvis be boy ewie papa yi nipa wo ye for mo kan say bia o ono anye industry ni sen anatie me ba
Watching jump on the other fighting
Entertainment review.
And then Mr. Wuberton some
Entertainment review. Entertainment review.
Kwasi na bam forte na sio.
Entertainment review.
Ghana for my man fans.
All right, so Mamima Elvis Akwaba na yenshen komona say ono ye the editor ma finder the Obokrata no ewie senior MD kan ma mo enyanentie no ra Awa Muhammad tisia oni opinion mampani eyi no say ye vetting na se bibia koyie ye wa reshem se bibia so be koyie na ono ba be hwe ye ya hwe ye so me kan ye ate say ya ye creative arts mu tourism and culture in the account. So Elvis Baba boy, Elvis Akwaba.
Me also.
Na ogodie.
Nyame adom.
That say ewie ya twen na weekend nkasa bre bia wa wo hye na odi udwuma bi na ewie ya twen ya da se papa say ya tu esa France waba.
Miss me da mo ase.
Right, so ya nim Owura Awa Muhammad na edini beto dwase wono oba ba ye Minister Tourism Art and Culture be can say no so ehwan papa ofihifa obetimi aye adwuma ni ne ka ho oben no say ne bi kan say finder more or less why your boss nipa ben no ye obetimi aye adwuma ni say ne bi kan de na onim fa obetimi aka na bi obi ana adwen mu ye ne sa no onya rehye mu
me da say say Dr. Mohammed Awa obi a menina ye juma from the year 2013 ebedu en at least menina ye juma for 8 years so you be a oye any power very determined in life say we baby obi no obeja a certain legacy oyobi he came from a very humble beginning or starting a juma as a journalist from the newsroom. As along the way or move into marketing, and he rose from the newsroom as a journalist to metro editor, a marketing manager for graphic communications group, and went ahead to become the managing director of graphic communications group. Whilst practicing as marketing, he was once adjudged as the marketing man of the year in Ghana, and on top of that, free graphic and I just say onwa ebe year no anejuma ama obe set up the Finder newspaper in the year 2011. We're running the Finder newspaper until his appointment as a business development minister. Oyobia 8 years na me na ejuma no. Nia me bia masua efri ni ho say 1. Oyobia ompe delay say oni ni ejuma na o ma timeline say at this time or pese otumi ya deal we are on pese oba be man excuse say went to me anya ejuma no e ba na sa dia ni bobefu because oyobia or a resource oriented person ade ba ko so woni ho ni say oni ni ejuma obeka che say ofa o say be ejuma and deliver resource man one fa o say be man excuses nti se ni edwuma na onya problem be po a ansa na obetumi akọ ne nim ni ne ba koka se edwuma mi ye manya problem we ha or expect say okay we obeka kire ne say sa problem de me madwin mo say ye ne see a ye betumi solve problem no because obeka kire say the final result and no matter any excuses enti only ni adwuma na onya problems na ko no ko kati so boss ye nya problem the first question is what do we do because we na we adwuma no we na say to me catch and say problem ye nya wa ha no say ye to anamon we a ye betumi anya solution enti basically no you be a adwuma bi o ye bia no he wants to do something obeja some mark bi wo ho a chi no be ba be ka say we or no na ye say oko graphical record no ho say at the time we marketing manager no where some of the times our graphic has some of the best performance in terms of revenue or musica sem no ekoyi pa mra on a marketing manager ye juma ye wonim say marketing e hon the powerhouse of the job apart from editorial content no scanning my juma into me nkoso to obey a marketing manager no wo ko share records no graphical in terms of finances no ekwenim pa and we move from one time I pointing as a business development minister I purely a new ministry a man for baby can say na ministry we be den ye ni ma de kro ba be ye ne e man for can say baby but okoye no we be say nep e share na say o share collaboration on John Kuma omo ye omo tumi tena say okay say business development minister a lot of business issues will be dealt with by Ministry of Trade but almost feel say startups any a man from person omo ye omo nka so omo adwuma okrum ha no akwenside bebre ewo adwuma no enti the focus say omo ntumi hwe say kwan ben so no betumi afa betumi aboa ama sa amanfo no adwuma no betumi akoso. One of the problems omo identify is about bookkeeping and how to run a business and nipa bebre ewo problem because na for bebre di dwa no omo feel say ana oye na business o feel so adwuma na media me ye ne senti no or to me the nisabo scam no aye no Spanish can send your pay. So they did a lot of training for young startups. Running business. There is a way to run a business. And yes, I would the you understand our PBI. I tell a certain strategy and procedure. They did a lot of capacity building training to the extent say even schools, secondary schools and universities a man for the importance of entrepreneurship. The entire say one case out to me wejuma. A kwanya be fa so aboa. And then they came up with this initiative say okay so man for betumi aye djuma on their own at least they need capital inti say aban to me fa kwan bi so eboa amanfo a on person mu ye omo djuma but sikasem nti the mom and ye hu amount of money sa mama a lot of across all industries so long as we startup who face challenge and after person share at least they went to that level and they went the level so okay persons with disability can I say omo we did them okrom and e bibia ye ja omu agegemu yentam moa omo until they actually came up with another special initiative I no you just say ombe boa amanfo omo did them but omo prison bet me omo adwuma omo identify omo boa omo tintie mu ma at the end of the day so omo to me boa bi mu so with sika omo to me ashe omo adwuma say to share within the 4 years of business development ministry abana omodua ohonom no and the year the actual benefit but maybe in 10 years from now say even 10% or 15% of startups are yebo omo etumi enyini eko omo nimu a it will be a record say
I see
which
means that obo adwuma pa
basically for us for the 4 years for the business sector no because we share Ghana majority of Ghana for omo ye omo adwuma no omo ye the small and medium scale enterprises and the one no so challenges no and startups no global and actually say bebre nipa bebre so omo share omo adwuma but because of problems omunya nti do na ensasidi so that bold effort say let's try here you betumi aboa that segment of the business no very important because no business edwuma kakra bi na obeka seta mba be start no omunya sikafo bebre no omudi sikabe shemu edwuma start as a big business in all over the world no edwuma bi a share from a humble beginning. It is through support, directive, and everything. A big company. So for a developing country like Ghana, say pay attention to that segment of the society. And no, and bet the kind of economic growth I have because if majority ne so to me bo muna omunya bebejina and bet creation of jobs no bet me so I think that that's business development ministry. And all those say they are question Ministry of Trade. And personally, I think say the kind of vision initiative for more starting they can continue under the Ministry of Trade, because it is, as a developing country there, it is the base.
Okay.
I say to me, share free and sana.
Okay.
Yeah, any progress can be made in the economic front.
All right. So from the way I okay, not to say via the name do your in terms of via marketing. A woman said, "O man penina 2 minutes Chinese constitution to man kwai on share via opa no betimi aka opa on kwan ofa so a what the for bi o yi ne din so a opa on kan chiro bia yentimi nya no hwe enti who say bia sa ne nim di marketing na bia ma man penyi afan so be hwesa tourism arts and culture.
Yeah, so on your industry person, the fact obi ntumi deny. Enti o appointed minister o share a certain quality say akwa we me de to then no betumi e de aboa, and I believe say ne nim de e marketing and the innovations are ultimately the be ye adwuma or Ministry of Business Development. I think these two factors are very important in every sector, because innovation is the base of everything, and marketing is very important, because who di adwuma bi na untumi nton we adwuma no a obeye adwuma no so no nipa dodo ehu adwuma no emfaso just a ton we adwuma no manfo so adwuma manfo yi no emfaso ni o hwe the arts and tourism and culture in Ghana particular. Ghana generally to say culture, and we are big on culture. We are a country with very, very, very beautiful culture. But we won't say as a country we have find it difficult to really market our culture to the rest of the world. Say we have a challenge there as a country.
Okay.
The creative arts sector, there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of just say to me creative art here. Ne to me jina baby say jina the contribution to this country a very big. Can about the contribution of Hollywood to the American economy. You will see how much Hollywood alone contributes to the American economy in terms of revenue that comes to the sector. And as a country, we share the interest among for a war in the creative arts industry. We are finding it difficult to have the kind of innovation and the kind of marketing we need to do to lift the sector up to the level where you pay. Because say to me marketing a sector in very year in terms of creative arts, there's no doubt say it will have a very meaningful impact on the lives of people. Okay. Because we have a lot of young people who strive, some person almost making progress in the sector. That should tell you say it is a sector that when it is supported well, now you have the right innovative ideas. Now you're marketing in the right place. Obviously, it's a sector now about tourism a very big sector. In fact, tourism in Ghana, an idea we have really not been able to tap into the potentials of tourism in Ghana. Because if we really tap into the potential of tourism in Ghana, I believe say even the Volta Lake alone, Volta Lake Keke, Uko Aqua Safari, now Uko Royal Senchi. Now share the strategic positioning of these two hotels. Now ukoho now share environment Now udi when you now compare then a man focus on muko holidays in the Bahamas and those other countries. You realize they make good use of their beachfronts and their waterfronts in terms of tourism. And they have been able to create that image, say, upe a good holiday destination and go to the Bahamas. Obisa wants to say, well, this huge Volta Lake, in addition to the sea, say Empuano, the beaches that we have in Ghana, that alone, if we utilize it very well, maybe in the whole of Africa, man for person call baby for tourism. It's something that will go. See, me tourism ya kama ya say just the attractions in the forest, in the bushes, and the attraction. But you need innovation to understand. Say even in Accra here, in Kranhase, you can do massive tourism in terms of innovation. A man for baby discover.
Okay.
Me call Germany. Now I say River Rhine. They were talking about the river because they in so because I'm used to the Volta River.
Rhine.
And now me see a beko. That's why river is stream now bro for the buifu. But what did I see? In Berlin, where the Sono fire no. This is a collie won't cry. I say, or what me are blocking Sono my Sona Basro. ukwa boats nkwa na wo nsuo no 24/7 and sa nsuo no nchen no makosisa empoanua.
The system is working.
Omakosisa empoanua eno omodia cover instead I say wo beach enti along that place we say a lot of entertainment centers, joints, drinking bars is along the whole bank of that particular small river, my friend, the Rhine. And if you consider the revenue amount for agent job creation just because of the river Rhine.
Yeah.
Now, Obisound said the whole Kole Lagoon, say now a whole Volta River, Obisound said, what are we going to do as people? Either innovation is key. Ebimu suggested Temahabo, Yen Faki, to an only BBA or Menko. And then Obisound said, we thinking about tourism. Uko Hamburg port, the port is big. In fact, they run tourism facilities in the port. Small boats. A month for creative, I say, say, I just want to go and tour Hamburg port. Uko tuya 10 euro, 20 euro. Say passenger boat nipa 20 ne befa. Eye man na de muko say 1 hour na de mwaba mutuya ka obi anyejuma omutuya tax. Say upe wan kasa unkwa dey say $100 obetim euro ye de unkwa abekwa aba. Eye 1 hour obetuya aba. That is just a port. But people see the port as well a trading hub. Inti ye agent say import ni export ene ye wo Ghana. But in obi banso no onu ehun say aside the export and import no I be muso betumi anyejuma in terms of the tourism sector in the port they could make a lot of money. And the man for say nipa bebre ye wo krom ha mun ko haboda. Nti anka school for keke cry excursion keke no mo nim so mo ko habo ho there are these tourist operators there more boats ombetrim akọ so aba. Can you imagine the traffic of human beings ombeko Tema port on daily basis just to go and ride these boats just to see how the port is for the first time otie poso obuntu bet me oh misu makota na poso. So I think say innovation any marketing is very important in all the sectors all courses here. And based on that background, say he's demonstrated innovation. He's demonstrated the ability in marketing. And you be so results oriented no. Media mijitum say Oyobia also up a consensus building. And to say oba na industry players no et to many edin komo in the right direction. I believe say we may see some new innovation in all the sectors, and be able to make sure say you best start a certain platform a certain roadmap for the sectors, say for the arts no you feel say okay for the movie and music industry no this is the roadmap to project Ghana and make Ghana what it is, so that for each of the sectors we can be able to have something like that. Say to me bibi sana is okay, say irrespective of who is in charge, you know, industry players have come out with a policy document that ye see ebe say I want our minister kwan be so na obeboa ama ye be make sure say the ye wo no obetumi aboa ye be marketing no we will market it. I think that is what I think he's going to bring on board.
Medasi, so Elvis Dakun, you find a newspaper editor na wakasa kakra. Mama, mfini for so mo anu say. Arnold, bremwe weti Elvis wakasa ura Awa Muhammad CCR Minister Designate for Tourism, Art and Culture. Meet you.
Boss, Mr. Elvis wakasa kwasen. Me sure say boss na no communication ka be kasasa say communication no I say no you say no for communication no officials so ka be kasasa no your farmer no your fisherman no chinam I boss you just when you tourism class boss no well, it's all good. First of all mebo Dr. Awa Abaso because in this leading to announcements, I think say a couple of days before, we nenya scoop, so no at the end of the shenansa. Na the shenansa saying Kwande and say a bonabaso. For me, I think say I wrote an article on concerning our conversation and also as to who should lead the industry. And in my article, I said, say, me personally, and based on my experience and my knowledge in the industry, at this particular moment, I really did not care where the person was coming from. Whether the person was coming from an industry or was coming from outside the industry. The most important thing for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, competency. Or you're competent enough to lead the industry or to lead the sector. Once that person has competence or managerial skill or communication skill, or knowledge in that sector, not penny here, whether or industry no industry more, it doesn't matter. You can actually have somebody in the industry or lack all these attributes to actually ensure so or a leader, no, then you're too go. I think say utie conversation, even Mr. Elvis Kassen Crown, emphasis not is on Dr. Awal the marketing strength. And it gives you the impression say a tourism because you tourism and marketing they're intertwined. Well then it's not because this is a gentleman who won Marketer of the Year in 2019, right? Or 2009. If I'm correct, 2009 Marketer of the Year. And over the years, marketing, graphic communication, Chase Petroleum, newspaper now, and the Finder and other ventures. So clearly, you get the impression say he or a well versed when it comes to marketing, and especially when say you do a certain stage, you project your domestic tourism. No, probably he would look like the best fit for a Jumano. But let's be a confusing me kakra. Portfolio now one as in business development. No, president in his own quality wisdom. No, Aboagye. In the communique, you say, sir. 9 ministries now ya scrapping no almost serve your purpose, but then we also check another language and you say because say you share other ministries. I say now if that's the case then what did Dr. Awal do and now one into scrap is our ministry there question another ministry presidents no I say okay because business development and should anya bibinti no me say you work no then clearly it means that there's something in Dr. Awala still president ni here and it's not about tourism no. So for me I think say for now they may born about so and hope and believe say he's a good fit for your industry at this critical moment. Even in creative industry, you say here policies, in here legislature, but we also need a marketing bit. How do we project the industry, your players, different sectors in the industry, not just movies and music. They come we need to project it in that marketing light. And for me, I think say let's see, let Yambon Abaso and give him all the necessary support will be here to move the industry forward. Okay.
I mean so great, so now mean you so great for microphone and I mean to you. Dr. Muhammad Awa.
Kwasi, Yababo Dr. Abaso. Na Mabo Abaso so say this is a surprise because for you to to bring somebody like this now say on so why there in a normal na man for a friend so crazy been so Dr. Awali who beside me at the end of meka they met me aka one a man for bisa say no ye hwan or ye hwan Kwasi sometimes no say Sebi uti head say a man for nim enema wa famans and wo ba be presenter eneyo otimasi e bia wo qualities bin so oba amanfo nim meti han say obi timi bisa me say me kai pa na me gina opera shop mo ne man bi buy no say na wo na e ami hu no enti wa mo ball biem wan timi amfa ball angoye hwe ena omo mo ho ne ne we no nim ball but they also know me from football otimasi ochine okay. Enti ochine bi ni Kwasi ye behu say ye ti committee bi ana bibi in sports ana football na ye de miato anu ni we anya sini no twa anya sini ne oye but obi nim ne background Kwasi my little check before I get there no I remember I was called to face a committee bi 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago, and they were doing some AEB. Me call na penny for etiho and Dr. Awal otimu. Inti me call me ye me presentation drew baby me say you. Una me ye your friends say forms ne buy. When I said no, I got the forms 3 months, and he was able to give a date. Sanya who can say yeah. Your friend is saying meticulous said Diana my data on Ninsaka forms near my so at the end of year Kwasi creative arts forum uninvited. He called to say opeso baby, because the creative industry, no, marketing is one of the challenges I have. And me wa the minister frame no say Dr. Wa say baby nti emfa into poster ne so. Na one man the reason why he should be there. Oba betina mu ebe ye any presentation. Then a hono no ma utwa sika ni bi say ye ma me access the creative industry no so emra me access any niema. Eno your friend is saying forms no na ye de call ya e kokan nsa 3 months. Near the code da say fa yes we feel say ono and on ye hwe. When I got in there and I gave it to him straight, but he was able to give the data nsa kai. Little did I know say abi no the mentor on so babetina committee, and the back and forth with me on that committee, you know. I think say I now understand why he was asking certain questions and some of the challenges we had. And so, Mebonabaso. But Kwasi, I just got information. Dr. Awal called Ghana National Secondary. Tamale,
yeah, Tamale,
Ghana's.
Tamale Secondary School.
Tamale Secondary School. Ghana National. I don't know what Tamale.
No, Tamale
Secondary School. Okay. Yeah. And Tisani Ali Kenya, no, my friend Kawawa show, because he was key in entertainment. In the school, I will be anyone from the first year to Owie, you know, when it comes to organizing the entertainment programs in the school, no, he was the go person. So when it comes to entertainment, it was his field. But senior your money a man for swing near me wakwaya marketing, fine, a drew baby, we jai entertainment not to baby. You will nipa be brave or co presidency, ube who will be another drum or board drums pa, be another president secretary. Because okoye lobby and okofmani baby and okomani baby and who say honu ska wo, but in the talent anasi adie pa woni mono drums, so betimi abo drums anasi lead guitar pa bebre, but omo ye niam bebre. Enti Kwasi me can say the little I know, they say Dr. Awa or the creative background, and so just that profession that didn't cover baby and what you be na kwaba na at the right time no you better say near this common. I know say by next week, you know, we will have a meeting with him, and then he will also tell us his expectation and all that.
Madam, it's so great. Mamma, Kwasi.
Yeah, bra.
Yeah.
Kwasi me da say. I think say na we nkomo ye di no very very important pa. Na the ma nkomo we very important na meda wase ni kwa ofa so de papa yi editor ba studio ha no. It's because of Circuit Safo ni all referral. Our tank say young creative art people no. It is I that say be president now by my minister. It is I that say young creative art people you be frustrated no, and also no be frustrated. And so sir I don't know about ye nhweso de bia no.
It has always been the problem.
It has always been the problem. And many ajipa say yanyu bia one papa na ye adwuma. Na ade ba ko ka won nsem ne yemnu na no se oye marketer and na osanso you be a ope delivery chese expert when or the adwuma show nsa opese u deliver kwa kwasi de ntia sa no ma mienu no eye me ade a me gyina so de akama sam kaka ne se ye hwe bebia ye creative arts and tourism adwuma na duru sese na kwasi a free brofo kamu about reality. Say it would you need time for brofo can say, and you need time for it is in the pipeline. We want self-government or said the Aquaman command now. The creative art industry, because the creative art bill has been passed. Now, what the document no crack to hold said that down and quite chirimuna or see who had document him and some woman which is ye now cry bet my Jumaya. It tells you, sir, a moon in somewhere say Juma say yano is huge. Art fund no as I said can be also. Doctor, ye nyam a jiri 2 months last year. The first 3 months now, no 6 months no as I said no my Juma. we need to see proactive efforts and nyoma just a pillars are able to mama the next 4 years. Say nanado dan kwakufo do ebe wie na hindi no a yebetuma bu nkunta realistic accountable enye bibi to say bi ebeba studio ha na ebebi sasokresafo ade MPP creative ataye na obeba betra be and then we want physical evidence and nyoma intermediate. Me are so happy say finally no yenye obi a ono ankasa no oye deliverer or chese or deliverables enye go come say dia papa no chire mu no oye deliver chese obi a action oriented personality, because that's all that we need. Your marketing ultra TV ho now hwe say the marketing at tourist sites across the way. You hwe say the minimum market on tourism site, even coronavirus time Transian and one of us at Abu Dhabi, Dubai, or market to Omokrum. Now, what to various commercials or my building, Facebook portals or more useful, even in COVID-19 time. Our airport now shut down. Abu Dhabi, any techie, they are still advertising and making sure, say, they open their country up for visitation. Shasata Yawo Ghana. Africa kum kwaka crocodile akwaka ayi awiye yeguso aye kasai kwase Aboagye tu car na kofa akoso mokwanso ko hwesa de monkeys gingina kwan ho a chese car kura twam a na wutika mu a uhu se de monkey ayi gingina kwan ho na ayi all this ye was no ma we na Kwasi yentumi nya ho hwe ko boase ko hwe ayi gold shaft ayi ye de ko man sase a yayi rolu na kakraka isi honum a ni na ye monument ayi betumi promote no amana ye enema bebre ko Ashanti region. Go and look at the history and no just so many things until Mr. Ward here said they walk and what in what dance say or your marketer now what winning awards a woman at the adeno bra say uko we fear ni na we share papa na we share doctor catch and say creative art uba pre-FM na ba to abrante be fen question next na me say creative art for ya manakwaba nemum adwuma na ye de ba be hye ne nsane de you need time for English. Brofuna se see kani na ya kawie brofu bi se see ka creative aspects no papa kwakache papa say ya wie editorial paper ya release the aka say we want action because sabra me no ka say creative aspects musicians movie persons no bibia we need opportunity for marketing, we need funding for business, we need legislative support laws a be pushy e creative art corporate won sensem ye pese koso gamro ye nya logging machines ni nyoma be boa ma musicians enya proper money into their pocket. And as I'm talking to you now, data you need time for English language. We want practical person, and I'm happy so on Wankasa. What my building a paper, the newspaper, find out my marketing year most start. So if Dr. Awali is in the position, catch and say, we welcome him. My name is Kwasi. Catch Papa and say, we don't have time for English language. And right to say, you didn't about Trump a select committee in him, I'll point to no. Ye na on that day, I didn't call ye na ye free hard Makotanachi, our interview. Ye papa ye na dinner chidina kwa the office straight up ya kwa marching in or turn a kunyanso the same week na mission statement action oriented because we don't have because in this year I remember na yebun this year 4 years there man another because within these 4 years no by 2 years time part of the years elect executives until we will go into politics. We have only about 24 months 2 years for government to give us deliverables. Into any time for English language. Kakacha Dr. Wa say ya manakwaba, but we need action. No time for English language.
Okay. Kwasi, I make your point. Elvis, yeah, we ain't come on. I am sure say, well, minim say will be can your kind and in here. We are so much of margin. Yeah.
Oh, I'm that muna industry players into more kasa. Muna muti asem na si. The answer na mekano. A minister don't mean you with that collaboration with the industry players. More amuti ejuma na just say there's that friendly relationship. Muni number to me adwindwin niama ho. Adeba be, for instance, me say industry for maternal sake for the creative, for instance. I mean, theater. Unam coins now will be the pen driver amount. Oh, all the highlight music they are on it. Then they are selling this. The ma'am say okay. So moi and normally I'm with Diana. We obiaya west a man for ton was straight no. Until yen to me any enforcement and chichis a man for we and
it will require effective corporate office.
Copyright in America.
It will require effective corporate office in Ghana.
Yeah, copywriter
for them to be able to go around and make sure that they are protecting creative artworks.
Okay, boss. I'm not can say here no. Me say me a member of the National Anti-Piracy Team. The problem there is one. Funding for the activities of the team operations no. And ye here sika no. But wo cooperation no. Ye here sika now. Levy a ejije no.
Hold it there. Hold it. Kwasa waje. One black levy na government sika na ejije no. The corporate administration see HSS kana. They take 6% of that money. Corporate office, they deduct 6% from royalty, blank levy royalties are about Chiano. The corporate office in Ghana takes 6% of that money. Say 9 million Ghanaians in the buyer, they take 6% of that money. And who him team that's so.
And to point no point in this.
Team that's so for anti-piracy and all these Ejuma workers and who is Kano. So corporate office cannot tell me on this table, sir. So they don't have money for you to go to work.
Let me explain
to you. They cannot tell me that.
Let me explain to you.
Not on this table.
Maybe the money is not enough.
Wait, not the money is not enough. Technically, no. Omoji says Sikana. Omo creating no as IGF. A year corporate office no. It treats as kind as IGF. In some sign the two consolidated a unimu. On se kohonswa. Already, no,
66% consolidated fund.
That's how they treat it.
But that's not what the law says.
Oh, Tobias, but that is what they've been doing. So it is.
But this is my law, and I'm telling you,
the IGF no go back to consolidated fund.
What be that?
Automatically in this kind of sort. What must say? Because there's retention be some 66 whatever. Then now for you to assess that money, no. It's another wahala.
But
because you need to go
the minister.
But okay, for purposes of education, see if she there. I mean, Kwasi can copyright Mrano Kano, a Kano 6% for a year administration. A copyright office for and specifically for anti-piracy worker.
Yes.
Then Mrano be
because these are some of the challenges I yet to be seen there. Now for you to assess that money no, as your friend saying team no. We work on intelligence, but this time you have to go through the gift pick system, which you will write, apply for the money, wait for approval before you can assess it, and some will go through all this process. No, now pirates no
okay.
These are some of the challenges.
So because
asema oba ya obeka ye nyina no eye fine on point mbese meti bibia se mpacho o ba no oni doctor wa e discuss yansa no ba hanse ene ana
that be me na discuss say enra na Kwasi friend say and me o say
no eye
me madre o so person who say say na me na adwuma ache no o person who how I know the man
say na o kan asem no. It looks so as if say only need drink common now.
No, only because me idea will be better no akachre no. Because akachre me say o person drink common how I know the man. Say na me na ejuma nti kwan ben so na me di nemu no. Nti enye say me na drink common say me be kan ho asem nti what I know about him no.
Strategic name o kan na about the industry now kan no ye wo.
Oh, I know me knowledge and me about the industry because I feel say industry Debbie other countries have leverage on it. Oma making a lot of money out of it. Dubai, you see a trading center, but if you look at it in reality, they are making huge money from tourism because of the branding. Because one can't tell me say, "Mini didn't come or say, mini na ejuma 8 years." But person who the man aware.
No, but Elvis. I asem cry say ono akra no ne ho mo because me preamble before me share here me kan me church we mu nyina say obi a wo ben no sin
Kwasi and who nya me pro but who say you kan asem no wo baby I mean it's so technical because ono ye editor of the newspaper what you say and na all kan ono technical on point and now me person me
ya wo ka jifa go mashiwa sa ono ya osma
Kwasi Elvis, then I'll be chopped to cry. Oh,
the American say this. If it is, agriculture, I can say the largest employer of Ghanaians. Personally, I believe say the tourism, creative arts and culture, a big sector. Say as a country, to me, monetizing here, a bema Ghana niska bibri. Inti the American say industry for the mudoso. And a lot of people program when you pay TN Park to and Crawford Tieka wants them so. Some amount for cow program was Sanka. I bind the Ejuma and sector and ebede ebekon in him. And I hope say that collaboration will happen between industry players, any minister, the Obabe, any deputy, Senia, Ghana, and a building. Say a year now a channel better says you. Obi a Ghanaian musician, you are nominated for the international award. Oh, Ghana movie B is now on. Now we all complain. We see a lot of Nigerian movies on Netflix. Now question is now then Nigerian movies are dominating on Netflix, but Ghana, a lot of Ghanaian movies on Netflix. It tells you say we recognize something is not going well in the sector, and we would need that kind of collaboration. I bet me a year ma only industry players. A year on mine Ghana because when people make money from an industry, they pay taxes to the state. And for a sector to perform well, no, most of the times a man for your margin say, but the bottom line is or no benya share because on the stakeholder, but I buy so benya na femu there because I buy so beji a todo do I saw jiffy sikana nipane nyano. I buy so beji ne there. So it builds a nation. That's why important say industry players ne ebeye united. Ayo madwin say ebeye ye nti ye ni year Ghana and ebeye the beneficiary. Ghanaian musicians are born Obeti Yusuf Indo. And I Yusuf Indo, how can he be that popular around the world? But Nanam Peru or Amachi Dede is not that popular around the world. Honestly, Yusuf was a brother the Tonyum. But it's so popular around the world. It means even from the traditional point of view, the culture point of view, maybe I say it can project this country to a certain level. The benefit the befi mo abano ebe bibiri.
Okay. All right, Elvis. Let me show me that, Papa. Yeah,
but a quick one. I'm so happy.
Because we have other issues. So many issues.
1 minute question, myself. I'm so happy that I say Wankasa. Even wow, small opinion, Krano. You know some of the issues I work creative art in the tourism space. So what it means is that Dr. Awal, he has a strong support base because a bad critical corner no man Wankasa will tell him in some Okainano. We record it as audio and send it back to play to him.
No problem. Elvis, Nyamisha, that's my papa. Elvis Dako, editor, the final newspaper. We know about boy. So, Maminchim we Mr. for Elvis number boy because we wanted to know who Dr. Awa Mohammed Nipa Woye, and because opinion, the final newspaper and Diano, so he's more closer to him than some of us. So, I'm sure say Muamuti is giving us a very good perspective. Wame who papa no Nipa Woye. Ye babe ko enim na edi enkomo foforo e wa dwumedie so. Hallelujah.
Yes.
me see your hands in the air. Wave it, wave it, wave it, wave it, wave it. Let's worship together. Come home and sorry, Urade Sabre. And Yahumachini and Papa, sorry, Urade. Let me see. On him and mercy. If you feel like it, just do it. Memo bien si hukai. We are in the story. Unyi bibi ndi wahu. Day 4. Hallelujah. Reminds me of my Sunday morning, you know. I should return one of these days, you know. Mama cash ni become one. I'll brew more. He lives in It's a new one from Ohima Mercy. That's Otimimu. Yes, Onyami bi Otiemu. Dia na Otiemu. Bidi mo honma nyama Otiomu munu. Nyama bone nkwa. Ma ho kwan sabre ma ho kwan. Nyama bone na Otiomu ni nyina sabre ya dwiri ni nyina. What Jesus. Dinimo. Gadi jai. Mojano dwiri ni nyina go.
Ma brabo nyina so.
Jai ni nyina.
Ule me haide me nkwaji. Hina nimna me hopopo. Mi otima fu bi otima mio.
Ohima Mercy.
Mi otima mio. Yesu akama mio. I surrender all unto you.
That's me jani nyina de ba wenim.
Bebetina mi mo.
Benana betina mi mu papa.
I am a desay.
Hey. Yanka yansa yamfata ya wa mo kwa yanko bi. Ya boni ahye ye ba. Boni adwade wo say yi no. Enu mienu. Ensu ewurade. Coronavirus iku amanfo yi binu mienu da so ti ase e bi boya. So the ewurade wo ho.
Me want Jesus to me more. To me more. To me more. Me want Jesus to me more. To my comemunda. I shall say, oh, the men yeah, ni adoyanko. Yetibia medin kunim, boni fakud yenina. I could be around.
Ebi a winima where you for fry if you him mercy on me say.
Jesus unto me more, unto my command.
My hokwan. Let Pidimu Akuma Dodo. Beurade Quine. Wo bobu. Yeah. We are in church, y'all. Hallelujah.
Entertainment Review.
Well, some of your comments have come in here. So quickly, let me just run through some before Yabekwe now. Akosia Hazel says these celebrities are creating problems for the youth. Really? Chris Vincent is opening more key. I'm so happy. That is Silly Duma. And Jake Kumaka says so-called celebrities should know that life is not a race. Apurugu Chakapama says living a lie will not help at all. If you are Aboagye says, but why do they make us believe is there when actually is not there? Bernard Baffo says, Kwasi, you and I know too well that the celebrities, most of them, are into internet scams. I don't know about that too. Benny Darlington says, Kwasi, blame Zion Felix for such needless and bogus headlines. He's very good at such. Okay, unfortunately, that story was actually mynewsgh.com. It's not so. Inshaba C says, yes, so the fake bloggers hype those fake people. And Nana Opoku says, wow, Kwasi, I agree with you. GRA should be on them. Some of these celebrities don't pay tax. And Shadrach Banahin says, but one should you believe someone's life. That's okay. Why should you? Right, so my main fa asidaka siemfa ma eye kafam. Memra na yanko enim.
Open Gangnam Style.
Hey, I some more. Mobile phone. A crutch is when you guy.
And the phone as a diabo.
And obey a line, no. Capfarm Ghana Limited for Samsung Galaxy phones. Abba for 4 Obia to be Jama on say.
Gas, never you. Uno mobile phone, the diabo. You know, Muslim Misano, and Nia Meko Capfarm Ghana Limited. I got to Samsung Galaxy phones for Fefenubi. Benya Samsung Galaxy A2 call, Samsung Galaxy A10s, A20s, A30s, and A51. Capfarm Ghana Limited for Samsung Galaxy phones for Fefeno. And even I guess girls Nikita know. And that's wrong with you. Safi, Waba Capfarm said the fastest growing Samsung sales partner in Ghana. Annie Martini na. For 0500 000 105. And then 0500 000 106. Capfarm Ghana Limited for Samsung Galaxy phones. Phones were a corner nimupa and Wamama for Sanu.
Captain for Daruma, so say what I would take phones are hold up Biatra on Sabe can be or say Samsung home appliances are hold on so no Ubenye Biwa branches Nina coming close to 14 minutes after 3. So Omadaruma no say now issue way. Nominations for 22nd edition of VGMS open. So this is the story. Organizers of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, Chatterhouse Production Limited has officially opened nominations for the 22nd edition. Now, musicians are expected to file their nomination of their works between January and December 2020. The nomination is expected to be closed by February 12, 2012. Now, there's another music awards almost so coincidentally calling for nominations. Ghana Music Awards USA. Almost so they're calling for nominations US Abrochime. But Yanko Amano so Don D is one of the organizers for Yes Awards Kimi. You know, and come Don ya da simo akwa baba entertainment review so.
Oh,
right, so call for nominations. Ghana Music Awards USA. Dabang Mashashi mu bi ne dabang en ebetu ma kopem time bang calendar year ne to say yentiu.
Okay, so me dawa utie phone nyina say na me checha Ghana phone nyina. Yeah, BF you're calling for nomination on your friend just this past Monday, and it is from now on through to February 28th. Initially on our posters, we say March 15th, but in 24th, February 28th. So from now on to that time, we are calling for nomination for US-based artists or more America. Ghana for Omote America, it's only for Omo. Now Ghana for any day, yeah, employee team there, Omo Jumama to get us the nominations for the Ghanaian artists. But calendar year is from the 1st of January through to the 31st of December 2020. The 1st of January 2020 through to 31st December 2020. Yeah.
Okay, so this calling for nominations. So say Ghana for one more US Abrochime mu one more abonyum. Omo na me bia mon but e ba no say Ghana yon to for na. No we say kwan ben so na mu fa so aye no.
Okay, so usually you use way Grammy is any BET for standard now, so we use it for a call for nominations. So what we do is we employ we employ a research team based in Ghana that works for us. They take into consideration artists on my Juma the year under review, and then way naba if anything. List academy goes through it, then we give it to the board. The board of directors, and the board of directors also confirm, say, okay, these are the people who actually they think worked throughout the year under review. Then we call for nominee. Then we announce if anything, the nominees now. Research team okay. So what it means is we pay a research team, remedy and statements, and they work on getting us the data, and the data we give the data to if anything our academy.
Enti ejuma no eba na Ghana de na no so no because one my atiase USA de no by 28th of February na say mo close nominations no. Enti sa team no mo ye ejuma Ghana no so mo from what period to what period?
But also they have the from now up to 28th of February, the same period now.
Okay.
To give us the data.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You better say. I'm sure. Say since this is just nominations, and we be as time goes on. You better somebody about being going be done. I mean sure. Right, so Chief Executive of Samaya Ghana Music Awards USA, and when you didn't come 2 awards came coincidentally back Ghana and say Ghana Music Awards chatters for maybe nominations. I know my mention as few so and Ghana Music Awards USA so calling for nominations. Until
okay, so we are combining VGM and
sure.
Okay,
sure.
Cool. So let me start with Don and Ghana Music Awards USA. Congratulations! That's so nice. I'm a chairman for the board.
I'm just come by force.
Inti, congrats.
Yes.
So what you money saying? What will you be doing?
Are you doing interrogation or
no, I want to find out.
You're doing interrogation.
Debbie. I'm interested. So what's your job function? Briefly?
Basically, you're the chair of the
okay.
board. So when board needs a TBR, you are just chairing the meetings.
Nice.
Coordinating affairs for the board.
Nice. But so how will you guys do it? Ghana. I mean, who said board members maybe Aboagye. So how
meetings are done via Zoom.
Via Zoom, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is the only ABF.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Is it challenging because you've been part of board sittings for over the years? I physical sitting. So now
Why am I allowing Arnold to interview me?
Once you are part of the,
this is an interactive show, you know.
and you are part of the
I'm not.
As a chairman, you are almost the head.
No, seriously, I'm interested how if challenging.
Why am I allowing myself?
you allowed yourself to be made the chairman, so you should you should allow yourself.
So who invited you into this conversation? Why they invite you?
You open my microphone.
Why they invite you into the conversation?
When I'll be a microphone.
How do you know? So I've opened your microphone.
I know when you press the knob.
How do you know? I've been pressing. I've been pressing.
I saw blue.
Oh, but seriously, challenging now because you say you've been used to the physical meeting of everybody else. Not to say, it was like Zoom, US. How is it?
I mean, I think I don't see it's being challenging because it's basically interaction. So whether you're saying to say, or you are communicating via Zoom. Once you have a very good technology, I don't see it's
a bad problem.
Yes, it is a part of this world now. Bibia, and nothing I told you because traffic no crash doors no chrome. Because in your be okay, Bibia be a bit me another account of phone so or show Charlie. I'm my office, my baby home. Maybe you can even just talk about it. You understand? So I think
so far so good.
Yeah, so far the meetings we've done is
well. I think Ghana Music Awards USA for about. So the last time they came here, I was so impressed.
But let me say, sir, I'm sure, sir, you know my stance when it comes to these things, and I'm surprised if I won't me. Say, okay, why did I
accept? Yes. You mean who did? I was like, After over the years, you've not really.
Of course, because the first time I was cautious, I was Kimwe.
Last year,
I think it has a lot of potential.
A lot.
And Nyama bi hon man fi say over the years e bia nim die kakra nyame dia man e ba no BBC a obetimi dia boa. I wanted to turn it down, but Miss okay, if you help a brother to also set up something and get back, that's the more reason why I made it told me also because
no, it's a perfect reason in your acceptance to be the board chair for Ghana Music Awards USA. Now, what you've done should allow you to do others, because over the years, it was your resolution not to do this thing. Once you've accepted one, you should open the room and be board member, executive board chair for other award schemes and other events. No, seriously. I mean, how can you accept one and turn others down?
Reason I mean, my won't see
now there's no any potential.
Debbie, Miss. If you know who's a beginner, baby, one way, and me feels okay, but if you know more, if you're almost starting.
I totally understand the reason, and because potential need the war. And again, the first edition I shared last year, we actually monitored myself and Ola and Kofi TV. We did a live transmission of
I think I saw.
Yes, and so we saw you when you were on the red carpet.
Sure.
And then Christianis, and then we also saw when we presented an award. So from what we saw, for me, I think brilliant initiative. And the first edition of if they continue like that and add the add-ons papa because I remember telling them I think they followed what transpires and as I transpire with Ghana terrain and no follow international award scheme now and so and no combine the two and so they know exactly what they are doing. And so second edition, I'm hoping about Kwasi first one, especially the main event. Because the first one, it was good, but not be here. And I'm hoping we will say more Christians, women, other people, women, fine tuning, especially the second edition. So maybe show them all the best. There's a new plaque. I remember last year, I was not so impressed with the plaque because I felt that the plaque was so ordinary. And I don't check it, so not original, but because of one or two, they couldn't really bring the original plaque to present. Because I feel award there signify awards apart from everything else, a plaque. Because sometimes you can even post the plaque. Everybody will know. So this is the award. It's signified, and then they share award. And so you can actually see a Grammy plaque and knows that this is a Grammy award. You can see a BET plaque and knows that this is a BET plaque. You can see a VGMA plaque without anybody telling you and you know so plaque way for this award. So plaque is very, very critical. So I'm excited. I think a couple of weeks ago, no more presented the actual plaque or more be useful for the award. So I'm really upbeat about senior nomination list about. And I also said I also impressed with the fact that I'm focus on only Ghana. Ghanaian-based US artists, and some more US-based Ghanaian artists, some more US, and so I think the focus is also on them. And last year, I did come here in Japan. You know, the ultimate award, no my US US-based Ghanaian artists. I was like, wow, that's good because focus should be there and then bridge the gap between Ghana and UK. So let's see how it goes. For VGMA, I think it was expected. You know, over the I think last year and some more extended. I do not know the reason a tie extension no. Meaning say be a submission no na ye a delay o. Say artists no more can for more. Say I'm because consistently in the last 3 to 4 years no. Usually na case say at the end in January. But it's been a be more extended for February. Until now I don't know the reason a task had in it. And probably I'll have to find out why in TIA they be an essay extended for February when it comes to submission of works. Any the kike something could be wrong. But but regardless, I think is the biggest, highly anticipated awards this year. No, I'm abetting because a new PA last year. Now we are hoping to see what will transpire, especially for artists of the year, most popular song of the year, and the kike count. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so great. Kakra.
Well, Kwasi. Kwasi No, yeah, board chair. Okay. NSC, we are board member. So there's a demotion. Yeah, demo too.
That's not true. My main fans say unim university for send CEO head of department. Rotate. And unim say so create to be as and KBI film department. Which me be head of department. The next time Christian is be head of department. Still now war. So they just rotate it. But rotating it does not mean but they want to it's just like ABI democracy who say obia so enye bi na nko say odudu akunya nipa ba kontena so nche.
I said democracy.
Nti ebedumre bi no. Na bia me was
how long normal year na say 2 years. It was
supposed to be a year but CC at the last meeting we had we say okay we want to do it 2 terms. But unfortunately because na start one so TB betimi start one so but I no cry subject also ABI review say do honor say ABI person ya na bibisa so it's not about demotion.
Can a thousand but he's been demoted.
No.
He's been demoted. We get you but still demoted.
Okay, nti edu suna say I'm saying that a rotation. And until I'm the university, the end of the head of department, say Unima.
But were you aware that it was department?
The next moment,
you're with me out,
honestly,
but were you aware of this?
He's not big. I am crazy.
There's a board in
there. But when you were the chair, were you aware of this system? And now it's a new innovation.
The university academic. I was used to the polytechnic system, not the university.
But I don't know one here. Yes, I do. But I say university because
I was used to the polytechnic
last
system.
event. Don't know me in artists. I deal with. Sometimes you come here late with some peppers. Beans.
I know sometimes because I go but I'm happy he's a chairman. Of course, it's a good initiative, and Kwasi also is an elderly statesman. He can. He's a statesman, and we welcome him to his seat as the chairman.
Okay, but I know one thing about Kwasi. From Famous 5, I know him. Concert party. I know Senya Kwasi there's a famous incident be happening in the entertainment industry, which must go down as one of the Enyama Ebeko history mo. KKD as MC, Jan microphone to What am I say? Because the man is a perfectionist. Into no ochin Kwasi asem sabi. Into send the SMO ya no man ya. Into Kwasi ni keke di mo ayibi. And one hwe ya. Yet Hansi and Kwasi abaka je say.
Onyesa.
Oh yeah, sure. Han yet here no can say Iona. Any Miss Bell.
But onyesa.
This one too, I dare you.
Then him one or two.
No, who now who can say onyesa? Any me say. Oh yeah, sure. And edit here. We promote Kwasi Ernest. Okay. Yeah, but so I know say you can do it. I know for this one there, at for one said there be a me can say onye, but wait there, me say Kwasi obetimi aye because I know him when it comes to these things. And now almost some organizing.
But the member Kwasi kra administration.
I say no, so I know I can hold
the women administration is simple is because just most of the structures
have been built by you, so
laid.
You are taking credit for it.
Oh yes, of course, it has been laid. And no, at least you have seen the number. And I love his contribution. Or by number for categorization. It's like Donald Trump. I'm claiming a lot of.
It's your message,
so far, dear. So far, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Me will issue me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cecilia Mafone a Tima Kunkum.
Obefre Obi. I see Ufre Obi.
No, Bijinomachi, he was there.
I see Ufre Obi because we insist you call Obi.
Obi Oniakuma.
But actually, he was a referee. He saw what exactly happened.
Obi Oniakuma. Yeah.
Because he went here.
Kwasi has been named the advertiser.
Yeah, Kwasi, I think say the American say Kwasi mbra so I think say VGMA particular me who say bra so we need to move away from asking artists to submit. After this years, all these years, baby, do no. I think see a brasso because Kwasi submit. I think that gradually is losing out, and a lot of artists no interests is moving out from it because I don't know. It's subject to hard work. Competitive is subject to hard work. We could start with 50-50. We been better to submit it. If we board no so transfer, technical team better transfer, categorization no better transfer. I should share because trust me, baby, our worst level now do say no. We need to upgrade and move into certain quarters. And for me personally, would maybe a VGMA do say bring there. Say you move from that system of asking artists to submit, it will be very, very good. Who will fear when you're krata, who are your krata, say you have been nominated for the 25th edition of Ghana Music Awards on the so. And it brings a whole new spirit to you as an artist. Say, you may be a free affinity now. It will be to baby penny for because transit baby acknowledge. And when you say, I brand say, because Aboagye Juma, into you're nominating for this. I believe, sir, it is one of the discussions that if it's a break, because regardless of how said they are now they can, it's actually because people are losing interest in submitting. They have to continue pressing it and now moving it, changing dates now that day for submission. Working on the calendar now. So basically, make a cry me no. Either than that, I would just please say, Sabre ye be and friends, musicians say tears habre now no if free or channel do there kono obi anko performs ni be non submitted artist managers in particular obi bia who feels our artists are adwuma within the calendar year now you just grab the form and then do it on behalf of the artist na and yes sir ubetna ho no ma no uba u nipa kro na ubesa ba blame say me artist anya nomination bi so a na wankasa ene be wankwa submit and I'm so happy say the calendar is also flowing with what is happening in America. It's very, very good. It brings some competitiveness. They say, there's more space for artists to get even to perform. Sanya COVID-19 could you woo and a bebo more. And if Sabri last year by this time, musicians been scapa because we share last year Ghana music US artists are now what bill perform now the idea ni na bebo ma bebre na ntumi anko now check even VGM so they see now the idea we check it say there's opportunity into let musicians take advantage of sa opportunity about that way USA ebekoso Ghana ebekoso UK alodia musu de bekoso there's one mahuze bisu class of France South Africa. There's a lot of opportunities and all these ones is yielding to the benefit of the artists. Intimate say artists be fan hunshim all these things are happening around the world will be fan hunshim na bibia son koso kama. With what Don is doing and Capito Munada, they are putting a lot of effort, sika resources in bibia. So when we give them the support, I believe say it will become one of the biggest in the world.
May that say Sabri akasma be dionunsiana no na bona your next issues. Next issue about be hun komo ye interview bi a delay any eraba bi a friend tima kunkum na say programming so ye critique ni ama bi a ewo ye industry dum na interview we no ya hwe ye no na me hwe ya na me say before me bo ama mo na matie nkomo ni bi no I think say abayo atima kunkum no on your smart. Don't due respect. When demonstrating enough intelligence, when demonstrating enough emotional, in fact, intelligence. I was just an interview, and I'm not surprised that interview no you know. Was I interview for? Same be our kind of if you know church here, and we an interview now. You could see how unprepared they be. She was, and I thought then the reason why you made this uncle is, you see, and yan sembiana yebusawa say you are no, and na ujip 2 months to say Obama who can see a bebusawa someone. I make sure say what who ye we see who ye, and son wako interview. Who yenti about you nearby in some back you know, penny forms who answer my Joma Drincher.
2011.
Yes.
And between JE.
Yes.
Any multimedia no. Na wo de ware.
Me pa chon. Me JE na me ware.
Okay, nti wo share ukunu time be.
Me share me kuno was school. Me
wo JE.
No. IBM NJ.
Okay. No eba school obi.
No school.
Okay.
Me share no.
Okay. Nti mutena how long na mo ware?
It's now 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
And wo decided say wo be ware.
Me pa chon.
Unyinsen ansan ware na.
Dabi me ware we and I think the first month na me nyinsen.
Den na ma wo decide say wo be ware ukunu.
Me ware ni say me de ebeshi obi.
Wo ware ni say de be ebeshi obi.
Yes.
Ebeshi hwan?
Ebeshi me ex-boyfriend. I want him madam for die.
Nti that ware na revenge ware.
Thank you.
Nti were you truly in love with him?
I wasn't.
Na wondo ukunu.
Yes, but na me penasem.
Okay.
And me decided so.
No nim say wondo.
Yeah, he knew it.
Oka chen say wondo.
Man can't cheno, but no him.
No nim say love ni shede ni ho sa.
But na me onim say ebeye ye.
Onim say love ni be grow.
Love grows because
okay.
you're a very good person.
Okay.
Onye me boni. Before we got married, onye me boni bia.
Okay. Nti time also on now what 21 years now this year.
Yes.
No
so at the age of 24.
No the best.
Oh, no, me 2 years.
Okay. Nti which means relative na mungina muswa.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mo ye wedding.
Pacho wedding engagement.
White wedding.
Pacho.
Mo ye when.
Yeah, okay, cool. Say me mama free Cape Coast. Me papa ni Ghana ntino. Ka ye be kwa ye wachi media sa. Na papa free.
Okay. Nti mo koye o mame ho.
Pacho.
Ono so busuafo nyina ate ase.
Obi abai.
Enu achi na ufa afro.
Pacho. You were September.
Okay.
We started service now around November. And we started service now meaning be 1 month.
Chata me nyana love na aba na still.
Oh, na aba.
Na grow.
Na grow.
Mo ware ye no e chance na baby never.
Me wo April 4th.
Uko multimedia no
na menyem fresh ani nyam pie.
Nti we futu na do your service.
Na me dey service ni mo akwa na me wo ye. Na me san beto a service no.
Okay. Nti this time na ukunu so ye den adwuma.
Service no any service wo radio station bi wo Winneba.
Okay.
Different radio windy bi wo said.
Okay.
Yes.
Nti na moten.
Near to McCarthy Hill. You worry for near.
No more rent, my baby. Single room and then.
Oh, near 2-bedroom self-contained.
And I'm
But I'm immunity. See, when I'm here, I'm the woman firstborn.
Okay.
Yes.
And he first, I can do sense and a second one neighbor.
Only one.
And now saying, say,
me service no me bet na fie. Multimedia for frame me back no na me nyem second born na akaka kra mama wo.
Okay.
Eh nti me nya full employment 2014.
Okay.
Yes, February 2014.
Okay. At this time now we so we in service.
Me pa na we in service all year juma no traveling and tour.
Traveling and tour. No ane dia na obi dia.
Pa na you obi dia.
But at that time na mugu so tifie back home.
Na ye go so tifie back home. I mean separation started when me take his seed with my second child.
And masati yesta. Aden.
Eno dia me pese me kom but na me nti me ho asibi na e buy nti.
Ade ochiti ana.
Oh, me nka so ochiti but nyema na ankoyi.
Nyema ankoyi.
Pachawai.
Okay. Nti ode uja what time awo second one ana.
Time me wo second one na ye ntimbo.
Okay.
Yeah, na me te madam fufi.
Into Makati dan
ni dia me nyim second one no and I call my husband ne maame my ex-husband ne maame ho was swejo kwatena ne nche because na nti me ho asibi na aba nti me kwatena ho na me sam movie call ko for idua ne auntie because ne maame yare nti me call ne auntie ko for idua no akaka kwa mama wo na me very good friends say akọ US Elizabeth me friend say me to me ntina ko for idua en wo me pese me be wo akra nti me betena madam for ni fie nti madam for ni fie a me wo no and a multimedia for friend me mo friend me 2 days na me wo e and me call
first baby no way
but your first baby no me chain
no chain
and as I know no so 1 year be 10 months
and at this time na guy anyway
but you na me ni baby owo
na we ni baby owo
but me wo ye no buy.
Okay.
Yes, Obaye.
Okay.
That was during the separation.
Okay.
Obaye in me second born me only 2014.
Okay. This is about you can say 6 going on 7 years.
7 yeah, already 7 next. Already 7 February 20th.
Okay.
Inti me wo ni wie na my husband so buy. Say say na year was that time we are separated but you enjoy our I mean divorce in yet.
Okay.
And na me yes rent another house or SCC wager and yet na I wanted to give him a second chance.
Okay.
But me realize they say okay. And I finally me divorce, you know.
It's divorce never after ben.
Divorce 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Okay.
Me started kunkum no. Na me was divorce process.
Okay.
Started kunkum be 2017 January.
Okay.
That time no na I'm almost getting my divorce.
Okay. And 4 years ago now we finally una file for divorce.
But me and me call pay lawyer and me file for divorce.
And we jadan mo yen dey.
Oh, say no. 2 year and I miss me 2 year. E got na me call back to madam for na me tena ne fie e wo ye no. Nti e ho na me tia just last year April and I me 2 na me call here nti me amedan.
Okay.
Yes.
Nti for the past 4 years no. On any relationship so to say.
Me into kwa ni entem but me ntenenka. Me ni baby oti.
Na nkwa na e.
Me ana me hwe made.
Nti on hwe me cha kwan.
Ba cho na me.
Borgana.
Organa ya.
Uni ne number.
Me one number.
Ono so wo number.
Ono so wo me number pa. Oh me number miss me one number.
Ba mon kasa.
Enye say yen kasa. Sometimes me friend na onfa. Obeka say why busy obe free back. And I mean person be to say wa womba. Enti afi na me be catch you say fasika bra ni say you know ya or say wo hwe womba. Enti no ode ba ameji. Delay me ode ba ameji. Eye nimba and I mean so me deprive me mba ni say mama o me wu so mo papa ni. But omo kwa omo nkai no cry because on hwehwe omo at all. For the past 4 to 5 years ni on hwehwe ye da. Nimba ni birthday nothing. Nti
no onka happy birthday onka hwe.
Me pacho dabi. Nti it's been me and a member no all along.
But how does that feel?
Oh yeah, mama it hasn't been easy, but make I say nyame. And I mean so the way I'm papa tete me no dear me wono. I am okay, I'm content with what I have. That is what is keeping me up until now.
So never been a
but just say dear me no ka say the me obi a my life. I don't have anybody.
I didn't see.
Delay. Me call relationship be muna be mani mama say me womba into one penny. So if you no eti me ni so.
Now pe be me.
Yes, but ne mama say until say me won ba na pese me ware ne ba onimba so me forgetting I'm say okay
boy na so ne ma me ye ba adwen
you know there's nothing I can do say I say on pinia there's nothing I meet me you know I let it go I'm fast now the mini obi on my life
nti to say no me kasae na bo be 10:30 you were still on TV
na me ye monkomo
and na penso sign me nti enkra no how do you manage them ne
ejuma me manage omo pa say me ko ejuma me report ejuma 11 me just presenter on radio and TV me a channel executive for Joy Prime channel
okay
nti me ko ejuma no pa 11 na me ko channel duties time so na about 5 na makoye Kabani. Until on Tuesdays, me we Kabani na masaye yembon komo. Na Fridays my janana.
When you have one home,
me wo house help ofia oboame.
Okita o ma. Osisa obekwa kodufie. You say omo was saying the same age na.
JD na first, obedi 9
okay.
April. Jada obedi 7 February.
Okay. Are you happy?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I'm not happy. Because I need a man in my life. I feel that sometimes the say bia we are single so anyway, but sometimes you need a man so we here obi ya wade sometimes obi ya my day we dwumem kwa aya na me say o me fa phone ba me fa phone na me friend wan enti me aka say Irene
I don't say me soon program we so
me
I say o can real who seven kwa
I know Royal Kuto na ye me I say Irene Jacobi no wa be to say me nua on say nyanko bi senua to ono ana me bibia me catch you akwai my second boyfriend yes because everything me friend now so now I fancy nyamishan baby obia so I need a man but I don't just need a man me pebe ma
onim nyame
na obema me asumdwe enye se owo sika bebre delay me niska I'm okay by the grace of God because I die am rent me ana me current ma dey
how many rooms
2 bedroom self contained me nkola say me nkola ne pe yes inti delay ye nyame me de me so me ho and I mean
do you cry?
Oh, I cry a lot. I cry every night. Say me kwakoda me bomb paye bia me soon. And I ask God that why? Because people will sit outside and say, "Hey, Tima is so happy." I won't say I'm not a happy person. I'm a happy person outwardly, but inwardly me woo because I feel that there's something missing in my life and to me lay my hands upon it. And yeah, easy sir. So bet now single mother men kwa and kola me delay me new bia and thanks me papa so boa me pa my father or boa me pa but want me nyina enya me kwa na me ye ne ba enti no once in a while obey box e dia breye once in a while or boa me enti no I mean I just try mean to me ana me je me to me ana maso
Entertainment review.
Yeah, the credit ma delay show ono na woni yeah tima kunkuma erabe womudi nkomo yabo bia mamwe na osi ohia be ma ona brabom so she needs a man mo amutie no all those prospective yeah single men who are looking for a woman to say bi or no you can search for her on social media unim no so abetuna hwe na chi akwan. And if you see say your speaker, then you Councillor Lutrot, mano so mini ndi nkomo Councillor.
Kwasi.
Apomwe.
Sheye tinyame kusu gba ho ban.
Watie timakunkum ensem a woni delay show wo mo enkomo a wo mu di ye. Ne edi kan sa na tima a wo kan no.
Ye di kan. Me fa chaka se enkoma demoted Kosiane. Me fa chair paso Emma disappointed secret. Na me mbo anot abaso. E wona no kureka. Na me chia etiefo.
Tiefo Jose.
Na Kwasi. The ya na say. Gas here e yo mo kwatina delay ni ka bi omo ka. Omo di ibu na bom. Mo de sa na wadia abo delay te dun so abo akoko. Delay here more than 20 sections of counseling and follow I am so the one. Say of ɛfa nkurɔfoɔ yi kasa no ɛwura ne mu emotionally a ɛbɛsɛ no ɛsɛ nkurɔfoɔ no ayɛ mistake tie kunkum kasa abayewa no tie deɛ ɔkaeɛ no sɛ deɛ ne yɛ paa no sɛ ohia bɛrima wo but deɛ yɛ ne yɛ sɛ bɛrima bi baa sɛ ɔbɛware no ne maame nti yɛn na ne maame kaeɛ a ne maame se ne ba no ware ɔbaa a ɔwɔ mma na ɔni ba ɔno tuo yi ɔbɛma ne ba bɛrima aware bɔntu na sɛ ne ba no ɔnim awo anadɛn wɛnkyerɛ sɛ obi ntumi ware bɔntu o na nkɔmmɔ ne sɛ monkeys play by fight so answer na wobɛba out abɛka sɛ woattempt relationship ka woyɛ ma ebi say na aberanteɛ no maame ti say aberanteɛ no papa whatever you come and hold somebody responsible check yourself saa kasa na ɔkaeɛ no ɛno nti ama ɛte sɛ deɛ ne ho abɔ ne ho so bi bɛrima mba ne ho so no she should rethink and see say she needs to seek for counseling first. Before divorce you need counseling. After divorce you need counseling. During divorce you need counseling. And the reason is because you have to be prepared for your next world of how to manage yourself. Until you divorce, and many will create a divorce. Say, I'm passing some money in the divorce. You can because after every divorce, and there is a state for the children. You will not suffer when you go through our court after civil marriage divorce. I'm not abrogating any type of contract you marry. I'll be now, I will be our best. Say, and crying himself, but on June, I mean, those things you are saying is telling us that the divorce you went through, who did it for you? What was the state? These things are questions that you need to answer. I'm mistaken in common. They are supposed to be also Pobia Waleno. So Pobia Waleno. But what she said, I do not worry a branch in Nansa woman. Say a branch in Bia. No, who show you for the water? Miss Kagana Fontiati. Obi I just it. Okay. America only want to come and that she I a pasta. We are come. America fool. Make a fool. Say ex-boyfriend BT. Oh, I am an national. Oh, I am an national. Pobia. You I say ex-boyfriend. Now, what's for me on national service? Tell me how. There be maybe some who say so big of or be a national service. Now, or team plan. And you drop and you register. Because if you are doing your national service, you don't have job security. And when you see, you can't want this so cool. But a job also an issue. If you are in a second, you go now and get a radio station. Send it money or boom, can you pay your money? Now, young company, get another service. She can't hang your mouth. She can't hang any amount. Now, what should be this? You say, be one like I said. Bama say no or what I mean. She made a mistake in the beginning to choose or to allow herself to be chosen by somebody. Have you ever called Kaya Medani say, or say no Bama Nipo new song better? But in their heart, she wanted to get a revenge marriage. But who's sorry for a revenge marriage? Thinking that it work. This girl before she will have the chance of marrying anybody again. Oscar said she's to be lived with as wife. You have to understand. Very dangerous. Managing as a wife. It can easily be managed. Very easily be managed in any kind. Maybe as a girlfriend. But for the meantime, but to manage her as a wife. I say a Jew once in the man. Yes, yes, you. Then come on, dearly be name. Who can stand it before the beginning? What's the enough assembly and the but I'll get in out. I assembly and the Bishana. It was in the That's my question.
Of course, I mean, say you and send me Nani Bisaya.
Madose.
And yen same yina say nsem we obusa tim say betimi kra de akopie court.
And Sembia and again Sembia ni no. But and Sembi wo ha so when ya no so a esel. And so you sem na no but you sem no o yi.
But we here no so you and I'm sure say what say for me I think say when demonstrating a lot of emotional intelligence as itself and even smartness wasn't there in the interview no yet. In 2 interview in Sembi or crowd can if you know say benya abotre no ba be chechemu yi.
Ukase one show my emotional intelligence. No, she's using the program to advertise herself that she's available for marriage. Or didn't you see it? So it is not that she was not exhibiting emotional intelligence, but she was using the program to advertise herself. That finally, I want everyone to know that I'm not happy when I go home. And I know why. A lot of our celebrated B1, B2s are very sad when they go home. But when they come out, they make us say all is well. Look, being single it makes you feel all is well. However, being single with packages of 2, especially when the man is not showing signs that I am belonging, I am part of the game, and I like your son, and I like my children, like she's saying, because per her language, what she's saying is that the man is not in the life of the children. The man is not in the life of the children. But if the man is not in the life of the children, who caused it? Or who is causing it? Is she sure that she has granted that particular audience that the man deserves so that the man can come in the life of the children? How could she? This girl needs serious counseling. If you tell me that my father has so many children, and for that matter, if he talks to the father once, he ends the story there. I don't think she's making fair judgment.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you went to marry wrongly. And I pray that she didn't marry in the church. I'm saying that because for some of the church counseling, they are bogus. They are rubber stamps. They are just a way to give the girls ways to make headways in their lives. I'm saying this based on one kata. So the girl has not spoken well.
All right.
And those listening must take you from it. But I have to let them know that these children must be taken care of by this man to every day. That which I call nonsense must stop. When men become free because the women think leave them alone, that nonsense must stop. The man must be responsible.
All right, Councillor. Because there's another issue be a so just hang in there for me. About champion on another issue. Councillor Lutrot and Yajika Crefin Honum say no. Well
you speak any sense in your opinion. You didn't speak any sense.
Oh my goodness, man. This is incredible. Your microphone, Pacho. Time for me to. Okay. So great.
Kwasi?
You see, I said something from the beginning.
Yeah.
And media meeting I say because I'm saying that I think Senka is so demonstrating a lot of emotional intelligence because there are children involved.
Yeah.
And who's interview is online.
Yeah.
And no be back say all kind of cray.
Yeah.
But no cray be ho no mo a so she be out all kind of cray no. And then you and Kola is involved in this thing.
Yeah.
And you don't want emotionally assume si we na ne maame kofa ne papa unja kola we na ne maame kofa na on pe ne papa no ne no you should be careful some of these things but who counsel no correct but think about in kola. That's why I say it didn't show emotional intelligence anyway.
Kwasi, you are 100% right 100% right and there waka there be and there waka asempa Kwasi and the party because many a times in same bi honey can there are issues bi aba obum sane ye cancel na ye nwen kwara no enti no This is one of the classical cases. Member councillor Baso, not for any asema wakano. But when him say councillor, last time I told him say, yeah, unusu wisdom in ne communication. Yeah, councillor. Unusu wisdom. Just like the way Tima and Unusu wisdom, no. You have the same problem with councillor. Because one, councillor Kenyans are sempao. What am I saying? And seminar most of the time, yeah, okano. No crepa, but on fa nyansan to home. What am I saying? Intine ema amanfo ntena se. And na onim baby ogina or kasano. Because most of the time, no, look at the problem or can I say me ko worry because of revenge. Kan matise counselor akasa nsem wave da. Niema emma bi no mo ko worry. And ne o kan issue be about obia Oya national service na o koye ware ne niema sansem we nyina wo kan wan to bo ase ankyerechire mu the reason why o kan anase nia ogina so a o de kan sem na amanfo be fa ne tra but oka asem na o kan o de to ya bra bomu a Kwasi a lot of marriages collapse a lot of ma force o into marriages bia enkosi o mu yie they know they see the signals ni niema ni nyina before they go in. But because they don't apply some of these advice, and I say you need to know na akosino, kwesi we aye our resem ni no senior mekano. I wouldn't want to go too much into it, but as you said, no, she didn't apply wisdom, and I don't think say one in the first place, Mr. Aboagye, in the first place, no, se wunya tima bisane say. Show no so okoye no okokoye den in the first place show no so koye den okwa promote BB anase okwakoye den wo ho for her to go and see.
I mean personality profile wo ho say so continue my dear personality profile
and the way a personality profile Father Dixon, please, we are having a live show in the studio, please. you are one, please.
You have nothing to say.
No, Father Dixon is distracting me.
You have not. Your space is missing. Well, you have nothing to say.
Kwasi. Yes, Kwasi. Show no me say. Oko show no so no kokko ye dey. E dey ye for so no say.
Personality. So okay, personality profile.
See my personality.
Oh, don't do that.
Okay.
So it make me a friend.
Yeah.
Me know ye one-on-one. Up close and personal.
Okay.
Ye me know na di u so create.
Okay.
Enti niam be brebe me fi me ba.
Okay.
I'm saying say I'm just guessing.
Okay.
I imagine say bia that's what okoko.
Okay. Okay.
And yet the bia na o ba say so creative say be kan e bia seniwa. But bia you I'm just so
and na me be say no team and personality profile na o mo kokoye no. Okay. Enti na o kono nso no yesi hu nia yeso kan ne nia so kan. We e futu a me de be ma amanfo bebre o mbe call programs so. What am I say? When you go for personality profile ne nia na one use wisdom and know that you must go and promote yourself. Yama platform, yes. Ni oye show no nso benye ne sika o need content or do be any content, but who are wo kono nso no so yet tactical because Tima is a host of programs. Ejuma oye no say and same bia wo be kan e be ma o brand na ba form and na say be shoot up. So it is up to you to know what to say that will shoot your brand up or down. What am I saying? Enti no me de meka say yensu ade free mu me de adesua mo and I use it to in future to educate most of the artists that I will be handling and in Crawford I will be advising that they should look at what not to do and what not to say when you go on programs.
Okay. All right. Kwasi, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, Kwasi, I think your issues no. Kwasi no kra ho no no say asam no said tie na ofre counselor na on share the opinion e wa asam no baby o dey asam no ko fire no it was totally irrelevant.
Wait, you the one they ask the question.
No, I don't.
You see, that's my problem with you.
No.
Say what you do and stop talking about me.
No, say
why do you focus on me if you have content?
Why don't you call security? Take this man out.
Baby,
that's
you're not supposed to be here. Baby, a counselor there asam no ko fire.
Call security.
It was totally irrelevant. Delay once some more cover by it was not even a subject matter. A young lady, our woman, Aqua radio so our television program. Aqua Chimu say
the entire okoware maybe was because or ware manashi bema fufobi and asam no ne bobia any no so who your counselor and the afro ne bisa what you do make of that. You should first of all interrogate the young lady and give a public opinion as to the Sasa Kawrano or Kotra for the purpose of uncolanity and a bibisa. And yet, the behind us is a casam now also step for trend. Baby, Angla consulted mano. Acquire bibi to say, Obia on one casam monopesa on a delay was na all per se as 7 abeba na oba kwane na 7 de akwa kwashim enti edru ba bi no nyansa sampa asanko kawa de num mema public ni so nyansa free mu num as a counselor no he failed in that capacity enti say ama obi ti ba bia yeah ama obi ti ba bia advice pa say de ma kunkum awie because frustration and depression akunkum wo mu no she will need all of us our advice because she is talking out of pains. And in Sambia, Bible say, Wadi na kwan, yini nana, a fatai. And Kwasi advice, I would admire, say, for the purpose of uncolanity, imagine sa kola we David Obenyini, wako social media and wako to say, no mame, ekwaware ne papa, and ne wuye. Purposely because, of per se, or do yi beme biye. Into no akwalano or a product of hatred. Sakwalano or ye onya no find a pen and paper. My mother gave birth to me out of pain and hatred. Nti as a saw catcher Timanu baby o a year in ourselves. So I was sika on pimping baby omo modern so be graphic and answer online for be. Nas had restore we you free online. Because anya kefra debi obenya 50 years 60 years no ne bana wa wono no that child will rise against her as a mother. And that is the difficult part. As someone Kwasi, the core value as someone in the baby dimpa difficult power woman no say Kunkum did not apply wisdom. She just applied the heart. And most of the women use their heart to talk. Their emotions. Nakuma pen ode kasa and she won't worry and come out nana nakuma sa etire siso a cough. And that is a danger most of the young ladies go through. She was talking from a typical intimate baby bisa not tema kunkumpa yenim no kasa sa no because that lady that we na yenim no her demeanor composure and said do kasa ni the bibia no or carrying herself no. I was very much surprised to see her coming so low to that level of giving vividly, word for word, issues that happened in relationship. You could save yourself from so many things. Now, if you need a husband, you don't need to go to the late show to even tell the whole world, say, I'm available for that. No! Can she Sakunkum the phone Ebra station her? I'm a kind of messages her. Can she authoritatively look into my face and tell me, say, the mobile phone no, she doesn't even have any man on any chatting about relationship. So basically, there's a lot of factors and it's dangerous for the child. So I was expecting the counselor, being a notable man of God, or what's happening there was yes, could have been able to save the situation for her this evening. This evening, the man that I know can salute what in terms of the money. This evening, his argument was totally flawed.
Arnold,
yes, sir,
and it was totally relevant.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I have a friend, your friend Patrick or Italy, or say or no Philly Timakunkum. So if indeed husband or share there, then it's working.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working. I don't have a problem with the interview because I've been on this platform for so many years. Some of your interviews are way. Sometimes you go into the personal life of the person who interview. No, the interview no a man who host no and that's what the lady did. I am not too sure. Say that was the reason why I laid in the call for interview or no. But of course. The interview no there ono beside a lot of varied questions. It's bibio be bisano so hoye da. Ono bejina. And Timaku Kumno allowed herself for delay to stay on that topic, throughout the interview, because it was interesting. I do not have a problem with the interview at all. 2, I do not have a problem with the host. Just like the example I've cited, who your host, who hear some exciting, content. Say, personality now in interview, a man who quite at any interest in. I'm sure you would have done worse.
Of course, I don't have problem with that.
Yes, you would have done worse because yes. Into delay 2, I do not have a problem with her. Thirdly, I think that the lady was speaking her truth. And again, you know, we've seen and watched a lot of interviews. Personality to call her. However, let's also admit the fact, say, let's admit it. Especially when she's still young, she's still looking out for something or someone call fee. For me, I believe say I can 1 or 2 things I can saw this year. I've always maintained say, why you interview? No, you have the control. And yet your interview no control. Why you interview? No, you have the control. The obisa questions no there. He's at liberty or she's at liberty to ask you anything. But what I would sit no, you have the control to say question where there, too personal, maybe better change. Question where there. So if you allow yourself, the host will maneuver. It's for me to kill it. I believe say the name may be okay. And no. And see my disappointment is, I'm not see a host. And so my expectation was, obenim how be handle no. Me patrol you. It was like, I think so on my delay too much respect. And on my situation so over. And so instead of handling herself as an experienced host, or not like delay, but you've been in the system for quite a while. You've interviewed personalities, you know how it goes. I believe that he should have, like I saw Shardun Yamanibi, has banned. I mean, that's the reason why Osaye couple of interviews after to correct the Oye with delay, but it won't work. This one is rather hitting more than other interviews are Oye to clarify Nema account delay. For me, it's a lesson to her, and I hope so. Benya what she's looking for from this interview.
Literate.
What can one say? There is 0 seconds. Let me correct some impressions because my issue now became from the beginning. I mean, delay bear when say this is not the first time. Once people keep coming to your show and making it clear to you, say marriages are not good. In quotes, I'm saying that it gives you a feeling that obia or yebia enkoyi. That's where I started from. But me kase kunkum. And similar the fact that she's a host. Is it when the show be say, you start the interview or say I can't answer, or walking out of the or not to meet Stanley. She left the set. And also you got cancer. I say it's disrespectful to walk away from the host. Or because I say, why should the host ask such a question? Once you're asking questions, not the means I could full conversation. And upon I hear it full conversation. Who full conversation? Baby, I cut again. If that part was out of the conversation, the interview could have just been useless. For me, if you watch the full delay interview now, again, is our content if you want. That's a conversation here useless. And number 2, what then a buy, and she's never gotten the opportunity. And people and Bani keeping Kwalana. People hold themselves. And I say,
Kansler, and
nice opportunity when
Kansler and by force.
Kansler,
there may be a one man. You may be start by 10 times.
But see, my last point, my kunkum says, so be Tiako Katrina. Keeping children to prove a point to a man has never been meaningful in the law. Especially the American sending me here. Papa Nugus would tea the American. Me body dimple. You can't tell me, sir, the man has forgotten he has children. Stop this statement. Every court, you're calling a passive divorcer. Once children, woman, your man, say, mommy. Yes, I am because Obadi na one nation Kwala. And Kwalani Busiadia. Kunkum, man Kwalani in your state, proper state. A man will marry a born 2, born 1 because their children are being taken care of by the man who gave birth to them. And don't prepare yourself like a single girl. We are born 2. Look for men who are looking for born 2 to marry. Obia the same will be your person already born 2. Neja said, what did Namon Kwalan so?
That is below the belt.
What did Namon Kwalan so?
I say, I am Pacho Mariano.
Entertainment Review.
Okay, so yankoma bam say de betwa to no ye asem bia bam say nra na si ye kumasi ono mo baby o senkra hanum say na si ya na ye woni ni bi o hanum say Joyce Blessing no to nyum okuta microphone to nyum wo hwe video na ba we ye radio nti esem cheche mu ye na me boni na mate ase Joyce Blessing gina stage a wo to nyum na Cecilia Mafo nyum tuni Cecilia Mafo ayesia evangelist ana nsem pakani akwa ye na ko hwi microphone fi nim sem o hwi mfiri nim sem na ne o sha ase se wo kasa ne tongues o dwa tongues ne isa tie ne ekoso na yamra ne medi hu komo
Sabe na wo betia me ne biawa sa kofa wa wale marai tani masori odon mo na be de frewa se wa ko sa domra wa ga ne kofa ani na me ba wo de sa wo kwa ko ta wo no nya wo dia ayo hema bina ko fa wukun rumiri waziri wasaita mailari mahandiri basa wakapiana wasofo tumnadianum watasuatie asuma udada lady go and take your husband ramir masaita du wasaita bide ko branyina be ko wiem ha na me to me da wo ya tuma na me ngo.
Okay, enti Cecilia Mafo na ote se wo kasa honum say brana Joyce Blessing gospel nyum tuni tunyum and okokoje microphone no and wo sha ase se wo kasa na ensem se bia wanti ase yi a me bono to fa ne o ka che Joyce Blessing ane se Joyce Blessing ni ku a o se oni ne jai no won sanko na won ko fani kunu won ko se Joyce Blessing ni ku asem de me sure say Dave Joy me sure mududo na ate ensem ne bi wonti yenso dia Joyce Blessing say won pani kunu Dave Joy no pani biem enti awade no yengunu ene ne ka ho Councilor Luchot
Pragosi
mama sha se fuse
that's a bema em say do kro won say ya mama Cecilia Mafo I think say my can't some way down. Say she has a mental disorder. My can't way down. Now I say me can't mental disorder.
Adrimu yade.
You see mental disorder. The mental disorder no is part of the list of depression where mood swings.
Eye brofu na oka.
Me trust psychology say people can find it.
There be ba oka brofu eye adrimu yade.
Adrimu yade. Enye say adrimu yade say wabodam. But ne need da no ho so. But or go through face with say the funny face come no.
Bodameniti ana.
Enye bodameniti the funny face come na onim do anya ho. And the depression. So it's part of one of the mental disorders. Now the area they say when it comes to spiritual things, when people begin to go through mental disorder, they seek for God. And so most men of God, most spiritual people are hiding behind mental disorders. And one of them is Cecilia Mafo. If Cecilia Mafo has any sensible advice, that could be given to Joyce Blessing, not in speaking in tongues. That's a loose talk.
I didn't see a loose talk.
Because Cecilia Mafo, Niku no eh.
Niku, na Niku so
ho. Is she there?
I don't know say Omejawa.
Is she there?
Yeah.
Is that why she's enjoying constant abuse? Is that why? You do this in public space. Somebody has been invited. Umbra MBA lifting microphone so. Then you do this embarrassment. And not be a channel because she's in the spirit.
Yeah.
That's so loose. It was below the belt for Obinate to be watching such nonsense. And when I say nonsense, not an insult. Something that doesn't make sense. What Cecilia Mafo did was so shameful and disgraceful. One, to femininity. Two, to the gospel fraternity. If you have any sense to educate Obi to say Joyce Blessing, I don't think that was the platform. But because Cecilia Mafo is going through a mood swing, mental disorder, or Kase, the only time we can hear her is when she's in the mood. Now Joyce Buadie, Obi a minimum nanka immediately na say bonasum. But unfortunately for us, asumbo e mani pa adwin befi, eni sobo ina din pa adwin befi.
That's assault.
Assault because what she did.
And when him say against him,
what she did, an assault to defend yourself under the law is a defense.
No.
No, you can say or no, but what was and told her. Do you know what is going on right now? The Akosus is here, and I to say Joyce before you when P. Bekasai or be a cassette here Joyce because on Remunu on repackaging after this marriage and ye. Why not say or Bible Nifa, Cecilia Mafo, Bible school one Kobi. I do much been a diamond, any yaman pre. But Bible he found a say what the giant Bible now what kind of say. A son makuma dinti. So when one cannot stand an abuse, Bible permits divorce. Obia working at a public no can say. I think the organizers of the program too should also be blaming in a way.
But oh yourself for me, boy.
Palm yourself for yourself.
Yes, so you know spiritual things.
Yes.
She's in the spirit.
No, she was not in the spirit. She was not. I challenge Cecilia Mafo. She was not in the spirit. I keep telling you that she's using gimmicks and her ministerial tactics.
Or say are you Joyce Blessing on Koniku on Sanko back and
said you can nyansa woman on can was speaking in tongues. Cecilia Mafo the kind e adwemu yare kasa no kind no because wonim dada said Joyce awadiegu wonim Joyce woni ne tonum ade na won fra ne kan chen say Joyce dia only Dave eye bomodin na kona montrance but on a platform like this you embarrass your fellow gospel musicians. Are you serious?
Okay.
You will continue one day yate ha. The Cecilia Mafo be bion enye ye. One shot your be no enko fa sempamba.
Okay.
We akoye na mafo e bianka.
All right. I know.
Like we born in so my free, but Joyce so no she should relax.
I know for microphone now we share video what say it was saying.
I'm not in the right program.
Why am I not? It's okay. My father and free. My father would him say your program here. It's not the first time.
He's been going.
Father, want me pressure. Want me pressure. You must be supporting this amount. Bye-bye.
Who here there?
Mr. Support Cecilia.
Nobody say don't support her.
No. I told him I'll support the lady.
Nobody go ahead with the support because you are a kind of person. Namini pa de kasa Cecilia. Nyame do be kasa sorry ba kasa yempo.
Okay. So this topic is very dicey. Extremely dicey. One say assembly see and anybody and I've heard a lot of people comment on the video. The brainer like yourself and see, I think you've been very harsh on the woman. Say or mental problem but
I said it before.
Yeah, but I think it's harsh because only doctor why
no. Talking as a psychologist and by some models of things that people do, we drive artists. So I'm driving artists and her behavior is showing classical condition of a mental disorder, which is a mood swing.
Okay.
And some people can get into the spirit and they will do things in the spirit. When they come out, some of them are deliberate. And she was not in the spirit. To go and tell somebody, go back to your husband. Are you serious?
For me, I think say a harsh. Especially when one can diagnose no say or mental problem. 2. My spirit to actually tell me say or no spirit and you're correct. But you don't have shit. Sorry.
Sorry, what carry? No. I mean, this is Nyame Adwe Kasa Tiase. Nyame ni party na Nyame Adwe Kasa. I know no problem. Go is a shit. Go ahead. Go.
It's part. But no, I'm not engaging with you. Let me just.
No, it's a shit. Go.
No. Let me not engage with you. Sorry, let me know. No, yeah.
Sorry.
Let me know.
What can be? Who can tell me?
Let me. Yes. You see, my sister Kofobe no action because they feel say, and he said the same thing similar. Say they create the impression say on one or didn't pay koye. If indeed Cecilia Mafo on one or didn't pay koye or ye and dia, then anybody can say it's an embarrassment. However, if woman no the koye was in the spirit there, then I find it very difficult why anybody would want to question the spirit. if indeed a spirit and the driving the car no koye do ye dia, then no man of carnal mindset should be able to question the ways of the Lord.
Hallelujah. I understand, but the spirit is subjected to the prophets. That's the Bible. Be careful. The spirit is subjected.
Why are you engaging? Don't get engaged.
I'm telling you, the spirit is subjected to the prophets.
Don't tell me.
You have a thermometer to test.
Yes.
Don't tell me.
Yes.
Don't tell me. You see,
the spirit is subjected.
Eugene, don't you relax. Boss,
go ahead.
I'll give 2 examples.
Flow.
In my small mind. How are spirits no juma? Yes. No, I mean, okay, in the Bible, no, Sunday school, no, there was one incident be our Bible name. I said donkey no ekasai. Balaam, right? Last week you mentioned it. Yeah. Balaam, ko baby, ne donkey no misbehave. Angel appear in front of the donkey. Balaam no who donkey no. So what? Obu donkey no by force. Obu donkey no by force. So the spirit led the donkey to speak. Boss, could you imagine if in this time a see a donkey is speaking?
We'll take it.
How will you accept it?
We'll take
it.
Let's
oh dear, my back and can ever show you.
We'll take it.
We say Oba and Tem Michelle or Hono. I can buy and say, boss. Shall I not go someplace? But they go no. My instinct they tell me say make I not go. But I won't go. Then my car start speak to me. Arnold, don't go. Maybe I can start saying Chobe.
Yeah, more assume.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It could be a cantata.
It will make sense. Say, Mama Bekacho say, na me call baby, and na me car, and then me kasa. So you can imagine if in this time, donkey kasa, cat kasa. But that time, no, you understand? Another example. Nebuchadnezzar about Belshazzar. That's another classic example. I was on this good paneti. Okay, I said, yeah, now, omo make Mary. Okofa gold in the ticket on free ghosts and hoba. And then a hand appeared. Hand near appeared or started to yes, or started to can you imagine if Sadiano is seeing this time? Everybody will say, Jimmy Sembeni.
Obi say, Ntinyami approve abusive marriage, right?
No, I'm not saying so.
Because Obane say, okay, Niku Yan in Yebia, and Yenjontimi awadi and Bium film. So
and
abusive marriage.
If on the nepe and the choir there, then anybody can say it was an embarrassment. Because
that spiritual realm now we're explaining.
Yes,
in support of Cecilia.
But you never know. I can't question God.
Yeah, but in support of Cecilia, be okay. That means that Nyame sanction abusive marriage. Say Nyame force or peniso.
No, if you say that, bia there's Nyame no per se or go back. I'm not saying it. No, why is what I shaking your head? David, 10 commandments will break half.
There's no 10 commandments in the first place. Moses' commandment. Don't say 10 commandments. Flow. I'm a pastor. I'm not a church person.
10 commandments will break half. He lied. He killed. He converted somebody else's wife. Or almost half will break here. Pastor, Nami Yusuno. So if indeed the woman is working through God, abusive marriage, can't it be fixed? So for me, I believe that if the woman spirit find a director now, examples are money. If a sister, everybody says, Kwasi, where they're saying intensity. I mean, I can't question it. Okay. But say woman or then that's a problem. Okay. And you see, quick one, people will question woman not ne pedigree because of the AC in the past. So about Samiasum, now we're requiring proper. But God uses prophets how my mistakes to do stuff. You understand? So it's dicey. Seriously.
Okay. I mean, so what make a good point. You say you're in support of a
not really. If a spirit, no, get it right. If a spirit driven,
okay.
If a spirit driven,
I know you're trying to qualify, but the thing is, you support Cecilia Mouth.
No,
don't qualify.
Spirit driven, I can't question it.
I'm sure, sir. So being himself spirit driven, everybody will support him.
No, but then why? If it's spirit driven, then what?
Not spirit driven.
How do you know?
Because I'm the spiritual barometer.
Yeah, Mami, it's so great.
Kwasi?
Yeah.
Me do be ko Bible mu. Yeah. Mark chapter 12 verse 25. Na ehona ye bebisa Yesu say enti no obi ware na nuanum 7 ware last days no imu hwan na be ware. Yesu ka kire om say in heaven in the spiritual realm no there's nothing like marriage. Enti marriage is not something that is tied to yen say by force na so worry anansi bibi in a way. Even Paul went on to say kono kwanka mo bi anware. So marriage is not something that determines or be a wholeness anansi bibi. Moving on no Kwasi, I watched the video and na me hu Cecilia Mafo hum na ba ne so or kasa, but he was able to determine whether the organist was loud enough. What am I saying? Organist no. Hum na ba ne so na or kasa no. Otimi ehun se binyansa. Ehun se organist no or you too loud onto ne boase.
Also member form.
Or man form.
Yeah.
And this is a spirit-filled person. One who will be a who messing that. Your more frasi, your book ni near me one, Saulom for any mano. A communist sin is one, Casancasa, a communist sin is one. O nim you. You can't control it. O nim you, say, be allowed or say low and funny home. How can yes or can? You know, sometimes no, and you remember how assess it. Nyankopon can say Bible ne catch us ye man in now. Assess ye the spirits. Into whom be bano study in ya, who to me who say way whom a bampa na so be or ye bibi. What am I saying? Into for that moment when he was able to determine, she was able to determine whether the organist was too high or low. No, I got to know say no.
Oboa.
I mean can't so boa. I doubted the kind of spirit. No, me doubt to spirit abane so no say fi Nyankopon because Nyankopon spirit no na anol kan ye itimi ma donkey scramble kasa. So whether the sound was high or low no who beti okasa obeti cause I had experience ye ne Katrina Feku call Axim ho. Forest bi wo ho no kan say motia wo ho enti yenko hwe ho ye call ye no ye hu baby ebo rock dua afifiri wo rock ne so big trio rock at Diana Field besides the roots no way in nema. Ya corner ye drew baby. And na ebinu mo way in temono. At say obi kasa and some of us yanti. But some of us omuti say ebi some say na mo be de mo free. And it's like we say oti nya ko kasa when they be say asem nema and the leader you dear ni mono or no any omo kasa whoever it was me nim because me man tibi. But nipa na eni omo free akra e call ye journalist ni bi ni nema omo ti voice no. And you know that tells me say if a spirit or a voice want to actually speak to you, it doesn't matter how loud the organ is.
All right.
What am I saying?
Mate, it's okay.
Kwasi, someone is in a relationship and no say uncle Duncan Williams sebi pacho we dey mo fa nya sem say eni die mu Duncan Williams marriage uncle Professor Emmanuel sebio asem kan eni die mu misre I'm only using it as an example.
It's the best example.
What am I saying? And Cecilia Joyce Blessing you be me can say na worry aye a problem because yen share papa or relationship no mu
there be onka Archbishop Duncan Williams here no and nyame kan che Cecilia Mafo we no aka.
But she was and the two of them respectfully understand each other say no maybe
there's something
separate respectfully and no mo ye so ni ma me we so no
uncle catch empress gifty uncle catch empress gifty
what ma say we so no enipa mienu two consenting adults omo tena say omo hu say their relationship is not going on into almost why do you have to come and do that? It's about time, Akwesi. It's about time somebody should advise Cecilia. Send niema we or you know me pa mo chow. We are discerning. She should be advised.
Okay.
And then organize this sort of events no so no. Omo ye concert omo ye concerts. No mo kan che say me pa chow last point. Cecilia ba oni etuanika. Anoba be the free.
Meaning
invited to minister as
and paid for the show. Mabo and paid for the show.
All of them come for Thanksgiving, so everybody is giving something. According
was she paid?
Not for the prophecy, but for ministry.
For ministry.
Yes.
Questioners, mami tio.
Yo, kwasi Aboagye. Ene ne mre baby bia wo bia na me din chia kase de free had the bro. Na de nti a me chia no se edikan no. I think some komo aye dini na no emodu. Na yentu ya boas kakra na ntie. First of all, there are 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit. the dikan wisdom nyansa the autosumi no understanding the this autosumi nsa counsel the autosu nine fortitude the autosu enum knowledge the autosu piety na the autosu fear of the Lord sa enema mabobo so amawi. I know these are the seven gifts. Wosunsumu no yankopo de chewa. And inti enama se sof unhu se sofo bia kwa aso de no pon befia. Oba unhu se me ne me yire ne me ma na tifia he. Inti me nkwa sansuo bula mu nso ina mhwe ngu me hall because me pese me yeti se Noah. Ana me pese me yeti se ayi wan Pharaoh. Inti Mrs. Sensu Haina, Ana Yankopon, a yamma say, who saw botan be bubanti, me call for bulldozer. Never me dream me damn it nangu because I'm under the influence of the spirit. Soon be when near catcher or say, as I saw more new ama, a bema council, net a church. The platform as is a mouth with Gina and Dra. Now, Oka, Ogu just anima, just bless any master. It was on unfortunate. Yes, I make a chono. Because it
yeah.
Platform I just the mouth for Gina and draw a cast as some more kayano. It was not needful. Now say if truly she was operating under the influence of the Holy Spirit, because the Spirit would have directed her say, it is not a place for that. Because wouldn't dress as somebody. Because ye kika kokra na ya almost about 5 months ni. Ye wura best 5 months ni. Busumu numo 6 months ni ye wura mi. Every 6 months me aye koi. What na wona na tena krom han ma. Okoduru Kumasi. Ashama ha na wote. Ana just best so tete ayi asroha. Achimota say my 7 sroha. Oh. Inti sunsum na wode te ashama no. Kwasi da be se atwam na 31st watch night na bai awosisi want to me nya vision bia se obafa obetu car na wakọ just best fie kra na wona na akọ wakọ bisa no kra se ayem bia problem bai kra na ma na aduane ban kra no madi na sunsun na yi a kire me se wonu kun kra problem bai no se bisa biu sunsun ne se membre mo one bag kra na fadi Kwasi
man must not live by bread alone.
Kwasi I so much unfortunate. Many Silamafo, I had Juma pain. And so when I'm same one I make I hire Kwangu and you see any but to me. But I can tell you that Silamafo see in there to me when them catch and say, Sir, a soon bana ordinary. Now all trust or bad radical and the fellow gospel musicians, no. Kwasi, enough, it is enough. If you didn't do copy me soon. Sa adewe sa kwase semne se tutwa kwase de tosubiem siselman for ene oseso ye happy pa because say artist be no this how they kodi no a anka na me no kasenka the artist will sue her for defamation and public ridicule. Yes. I'm telling you, if Just Blessing didn't go court, no sue no, Just Blessing will win the case. Or do court to hold man. Spirit the procurator catch no, or go prove also high court.
Okay.
Because it is very much unfair.
Yeah, time no.
This trend must stop.
All right.
You didn't say, because I spirit. That could be one no quatam hammer. There should be power. No more Janugu. No be better on Marcus, a spirit, no dear Juma. I'm telling you, you go so to come on and back us or the spirit, a spirit, Nagin, Casa spirit, Nakasa. Kwasi, yet Dako Kromano, Kofa Chenso, no, you will be confiso. Yet Marcasa or the spirit, no dear Juma.
Medase.
There's a problem. And we need to look into the matter of the cause of the matter. And declare this thing as nonsense. It shouldn't happen again. It is shameful. Okay. It must never repeat itself again. Especially this morning, managers best Kasana Powe. I spoke to her on the telephone. Me few Aboagye meba, my friend. you should see the state to which the young lady is in. I spoke to, I'll say Miss Ernest, I have received over 50 calls. And it's so much of an embarrassment. Our cause for young lady, no, because to be a just blessed now, Roman and saying, I am going my afraid or trust over shaping itself, and even the program they call them. Artists, you invite me now, say Momra, Namombe perform. Everybody is sitting on their chair for performance. What the hell do you have to wake up from your chair? Stage if you are technically inclined as a person to go and grab to say they see somebody in Shatawale, Obijin award. Now I saw the question that one was very disrespectful. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Obijin stage as an artist. What do you mean by going to collect somebody's microphone? What do you mean by that? To go and collect somebody's microphone and then them say prophesy. And then you prophesy, calling the person to your church and prophesy. Not when the person has been invited by organization to come and minister and to be paid. Obia invited some program no me perform. Ni entranica. What got you microphone and finish as Obaba Shenkom? Were you invited to come and prophesy? Thank you. If you have any prophecy, prophesy in your church. This is the new nonsense is that? System must end. It has ended. This stupidity must end. It's okay. We will never tolerate this nonsense. Can you get a security? The guy is losing it. Just Blessing must sue her. She has to sue her. The sue will not go anywhere. Just Blessing must sue Just Blessing for this nonsense. It's okay. I'm telling you on this program. Just Blessing must sue Sislemafu. So they will go to Supreme Court what? Then she will come and prove which kind of spirit she was using.
What on a jump on the ever fighting?
Entertainment review.
And then, Mr. Button, some
Entertainment review. Entertainment review.
Question up on 14 us.
Entertainment review.
Okay, your brain so up hokra, yeah, caught na a year, assembly, your piece of a minimum, Hanum say, she paused in him here. Assembly, na sa 7 no shall say, now what treatment in the year a chimney. At the country, as never see your piece of a minimum here, she paused a dying him, Hanum say, and he said, Mubaka, one share, yeah, UTV showbiz, United Showbiz. Miss Assembly said, na, ye way. Or say, traditionalist no more. Or say Jamestown no. Or so imagine is KD. Imagine emo can send me bre. Na ewie traditional priest no. O man antia ba ship house enim hanum say. Na ne omba ye tie kakra na Eugene be cheche mu. Okay, so video no, maybe I'm sure say later you bet me best circulate on social media I'm going to be any account but so traditional priest no and no mobile ship house in him hanum saying Eugene so there pa no mobile
Kwasi omo se asema mesbo kan no em se egu omo hu fi encryfo no ene omo tradition omo culture na em se antwaye am omo nti omo ba ne di kan em se omo ba YouTube mpanifo anim e de beto omo anim se ne akoso na anya omo de ene omo ba nso se omo hwehwe mesbel na omo ka ne e wo omo boso a kire omo nti ne omo ye ne so omo ba ye no wo se Gan traditional so omo ba ya no mo front ma white na omo che white se na ya na wulo mo ne dress no na ebi so a red na omo kita kusua crate na omo kita snap so omo nyina no bia kita snap na omo ye be 7 as 8 na omo bae no omo be kan nem say YouTube for try na omo wie no omo ko gina kwan ni finfini ye won say ha no na aye say nkwantana nti finfini ope cars bakura na omo say nkran omo de nti no bia stop ka na omo na mu nti wo de be bom na wo de abom nti omo ko gina finfini omo yi kusua na omo de abofom ensa no omo hwia na du be finfini na omo de the whole bottle no ahwe fom omo kita kukuo nketo aba miensa ni nyina omo kasa omo
kanche ya no mo de abɔ fam nti ɔmo wie na me so ɔmo de van bi na buy na ɔmo something kwatena van nim san kɔ nti no men fan se be 30 to 45 minutes na ɔmo be kache kakra wo despite media ni mu ha.
Enti see fasting and prayers na gan ye juma han say
the counselor I'm the counselor ni baby sa no.
Yeah, that's Eugene.
In the circle of tradition
yeah,
there must be a kind no mabehu okonfo na I have an expectation for something na ade na nko yi na me say adada me. If the shrine that you are sitting truly speaking has been offended, you don't do this. This is gimmick. It's a shame to our tradition. Tell them I said it. Tell them me I said it. Number 2, me TCS will be a grant interview. There's something circulating. Say will be a fee one marker. Say Miss Bebaho, whoever said that has disgraced the tradition. What they have done will never go anywhere. Miss Bear to drink and sleep. They should be careful that something it doesn't come back to. You see, the tradition has cause and effect. Jembe yana say anything. Nipa ni discover. Me ba ho. Na me catch you say, could George Lutot mame. In the last thing of the shrine, nobody should hear my request. But once you grant in the public, say, I came for you to kill Kwasi Aboagye, you know what you've done? That information you did as a shrine. Do you know what it means? Say me won Jimmy Sika. Na ma ko jina baby say shrine ya Jimmy Sika. Ma shrine ni kumi. Me na mu sure don't be a gimmick. Can you say me say a gimmick? Because in the traditional circle, no, you will procedure. You will if you study African traditional religion, bet say social media, your WhatsApp. Because it is below the belt. And these things say you stop here. One of these days, you know, but Daniel de Fofro, what did you come to do? I no creso penibiti wana. I know ye Miss Bed Nasima Bram say mundi mano. I say more money fair judgment. And why didn't come say scanning a G and Yendi Asam Namano? Why do you come back to UTV to ask for what? Do you want tapes? Do you want videos? Are spirits now basing on material things to be able to punish? Can we stop playing games with tradition?
Okay.
My point I may raise I'm joining 30 seconds and say, Sister Joyce, Miss Rao, Sana Bra Kwasi can ye, Kwasi and say Kase, o temperature ko hide. Miss Rao, relax. Nyabutre, divorce is part of life. And be a proud divorcee, but seek for help and for counseling.
Okay.
Because Ebwa pao kunkumusu here help for counseling. Nan kolana branch and shop. Chwana ma way down. Enya loto nama. E mobile money nama. 0277 609 644. Hey, me, I'm responsible for my comment. 0277 609 644. Don't die in any dying relationship.
Okay.
When the relationship is bad, walk out of it and be a proud woman like Empress Gifty Adoye.
Arnold, I'm sure
Yes.
quickly, that will be the closing remarks. Now our program this week, last Saturday, near we are
I'm a little confused, Mom, because I didn't know to get to this level where Umbabe saying Kunyao said I don't know what exactly what they did Umbaye.
You shouldn't be surprised though, because I always tell people, say, you see, when we say small four corners to me, now can't say more radio, and now can't say you don't know the cause, effect, maybe I could do.
I mean, the expectation was that Umbaye reacted. And my anticipation was maybe a press conference to actually address the matter or respond in a way. But I didn't know say it will come to the Ombeya or how do Kusabo Bohono. I don't know. Some on the 9 year by this time was in the 10 year. I don't know. I don't know what goes into our traditional stuff, But as far as I'm concerned, once I do not know, I cannot question it. But maybe I'm here. I hope some
but truly, Miss Bell says you're here more. Because also no ba Yesu fie amwano and
last week me catch him said see no lawyers no dog Jesus can so what we denounce no traditionalists for so o do nyam to kwan
I can't see
so for me I think I can't question what they did. I hope say nyan so boni bia will be also
okay. So great, quickly, your point.
Quickly, I'm say me submission no me use Duncan Williams issue be me pacho. I don't mean to. I only use it as an example how the two of them amicably separate, almost separating.
So you are getting reaction. You are getting reaction, which is making.
No. Me not reaction.
The wife of Duncan Williams is still using the husband's name.
No, me using as example.
It's the best example for the body of Christ as a pastor. It's the best example. Stop redressing it and go ahead.
Relationship are separating amicably.
Why?
May care about relationship are separating amicably, and Joyce also are separating it there amicably. How come say God, the Spirit of God will come to you on one now? The other one. That's all.
Of God.
Oh,
what?
The
Spirit of God.
Led by what?
Day
Spirit
by
of God?
day, night by night. Led by the Spirit of God. Day by day.
Obi a bomb mano.
Led by the Spirit of God.
Obi a bomb mano.
Day by day.
Kwasi?
Yeah,
quick one no. Said near na ifo na be no. Me pa cho Miss Bell. Or a particular nai ho koe.
Yeah.
What am I say? Enti sa nai no koe no me pa cho. So mo no nyomo issue. We no mo buy me nim baby. Omo the address bi buy anase bibi. Omo anfa bibi ama. Enti omo free hifa.
Come to see you.
Omo di ni sika na man back. Omo mfa man back.
So great.
Yes.
Upon Christianas, my minty
Kwasi.
Yeah,
I think sir but when say nkofo bebre say me tone it down na na ku Batman cancer CBG head office airport as Mr. calm down on fan cheme but in say bia sometimes no but the thing is that it's so much unfair sometimes what we put these our musicians through, because I work with most of these artists. And you have to know the kind of yawa share musicians, how they feel.
The gospel musicians. Be specific.
Because and yes, I'm ketwa. One day, ya in Susonemo we so near ya Nisibria. Ubutiabos artists beat if you both work for a drone out of frustration and depression. Because as some nebo be and can be many pano, no otifio, no so coupes. I'm telling you, what Silamafo did. There's no ABN way to defend what she did. No biblical thesis can defend. No biblical thesis can defend whatever that she did. And let us look into her face and tell her, say, I do hear no one yard. Andra,
microphone or question fee in same day.
But the guy could have muted that mic.
I know the
guy could have just muted that man.
Said you are Jimmy.
Me honka straight a call.
Nathan prophecy no prophecy no munsiana.
Yes, you know school in psychology you study what we call.
Man come am question as you any anko.
Question me we. Yeah. Andra abna roti birthday. Na Andra so no release in a single Jehovah Shammah. Kwesi nyoma na kama. Na sabrede ya mo yina no if this week ko ina no e be start a blast pa afesu Vivian Acho our America o se ochia nduako Acho and babe Andra on so
now so they be Vivian Acho they be week be no send you message
America
Vivian they say was so say Vivian mini papa
they be America no ni na bia o mo nam ko bia ko didi wo papa yes
they ja be call the America no ha na ja me didi kakakra
no share wanye we a
nana oye any apamo so tie e wo fie Nuguchi Memorial Institute Mr. Adam Spegu me chiamu ina so and Philip Yesu
congratulations pa na